miles were like, what?
5.
No, I would say probably something closer to like maybe 12, 15 miles.
Well, either way. I'll look it
Either
up.
way, yeah. If it's hitting us, it'll eventually be hitting you. All right, guys. Well, today, what a day we have for you today. So last stream, we talked about a lot of things. We talked about all the TAL leaks that had come out currently. We talked about the Custodes Codex. We talked about the charity stream. We talked about projects that we're working on. And today, guys, we have more news to cover before we get started into our painting segment. Sim, do you hear about these points changes?
The 4 big point changes.
Yeah, the big ones.
Oh, yeah,
the real big ones. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the points changes. We're also going to talk about more TAL leaks today. And we're going to recap our game that we played the other day. Or yesterday, rather. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. But let's go ahead and get into the big news that dropped this morning from Games Workshop. We have the points drops. So I've broken these down into a couple different sections. I've got the Imperium, I've got Chaos, all other Xenos, and then of course, you know, Necrons, which are most important to me. But let's go ahead and get some of the smaller ones out of the way. Let's start with Chaos. So Chaos is seeing only a very, very small change in this case. They're seeing a drop in points for the Plague Burst Crawler. That's going down to a base, or that's going down 15 points for the base model, which I think is going to be nice. I think a lot of Death Guard players out there are probably going to be looking forward to that.
But when it comes to most vehicles, a small point drop like this isn't a huge boost. Just sort of a, okay,
right.
Cool.
Right. And then we've also got the Foul Blight spawn, which is going up 15 points. So, I'm not sure exactly how a Foul Blight spawn plays. Again, it's one of those things that I just am not super familiar with. Do you know anything more about it, Sim, that you can add in there?
Not really.
Or any? Do you know why they increase the points on it?
No.
No.
The rest of these, I can definitely see why.
Mm-hmm.
But consider some of the more top of the line units.
Yeah.
Other armies. Like the Hive Guard are going up 5 points each.
Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. So that goes into the other Xenos. So Hive Guard are going up 5 points. For the Orcs, the Beast Boss on Squigosaur is going up 30 points. The Ruckatruck is going up 20 points. But all wagons for the Orcs are going down 15 points. So I have a feeling we're going to see probably a few more wagons coming out.
Yeah, this is kind of a good thing. We've both played against the Hive Guard, and should be like a 50-point increase, honestly, as far as we're concerned. But
oh, absolutely.
5 points is okay for now.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just nice to see that those are getting a points update. And again, this is all just for the base model. This does not include any upgrades or anything else like that. So there could be more changes coming down the line that we just don't know about yet. So let's go ahead and cover the rest of the decreases here, some of the big ones. So hello, Imperium. Jobshire, hello, welcome. Good to see you, my guy. Hope you're having a good one today. We have snow. We have snow falling over here. So let's talk about the...
Quick, I'm looking at the radar for that.
Yeah.
It's definitely down where you are. It's for where I am, it's perfect. It's absolutely clear.
Yep.
And it is 25.6 miles away.
Wow, okay. No, it seems to just be a light flurry, which hopefully it kind of stays like that. I'm not looking for another power outage 5 days running. That was bad. So
actually, it looks like it's going to clear off in a couple of hours.
Good. And supposedly there is more coming this weekend, though. Man, this is the most snow we've gotten in years, though.
Yeah, it's all at one time.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go into the Imperium changes. Now, this is a pretty pretty comprehensive points drop list, and then we'll talk about the points increase for it. Starting with Blood Angels, their Death Company. Sorry, Death Company. Wow, my notes are bad. Blood Angels Death Company are going down 2 points per model, and Mephiston is dropping 15 points. I guess they're trying to encourage use of Mephiston a bit more.
That's a little overpriced. Not all that much greater than your average Psyker.
Yeah.
So a point decrease would be a huge benefit.
Absolutely. Dark Angels. The Nephilim are going down 15 points. The Dark Talon is going down 15 points. The Black Knights are going down 5 points per model.
Now, I will say that this is really odd because those units are actually doing fairly well.
You feel like they're pretty balanced already? Like they probably didn't need a points drop?
Really, especially the Dark Talon, the Raven Wing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just feels like it was fine where it was.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We've also got some Space Wolves points drops, which, as a new Thousand Suns player, I don't think Space Wolves need anything, but that's just because, Magnus didn't do anything wrong.
Space Wolves are my Salamander's sister army.
Yeah.
So, now, these points, these two decreases are definitely to encourage, more.
Absolutely. So the Wolfen are going down 2 points per model, and the Thunderwolf Cavalry is going down 5 points per model. So
That's
hopefully...
It's a good change.
It is a good change. I probably encourage more themed play, I think, is what they're, trying to go for with this. The Corvus Blackstar is dropping down 15 points.
Hey, that is a good one because that thing is kind of a hunk of junk.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it just doesn't have quite the armor, armor and armaments.
Yeah. The only thing that stops Space Wolves from being lame is their open distaste for the Grey Knights and the Inquisition, in your opinion. I suppose. I just hate Grey Wolves off of principle. They attacked Prospero when they didn't have any reason to.
They did.
They did not. All Storm Speeders. All Storm Speeder variants are going down 10 points. Gladiator tanks are dropping 15 points. And for Sisters of Battle, I don't really see why they needed anything, but they're getting their Immolator and Exorcist drops 10 points as well.
Okay, so I wanted to jump in real quick. The Storm Speeder variants going down 10 points is great. Except when you look down a little bit, I know we'll get to it, but the Primaris Chaplain on bike going up 10 points. So for my army, I have one of each. It's a net gain loss of nothing. For me, that kind of works out.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, no, Sisters didn't need any points decreases, I feel like Sisters, if anything, needed points increases. But they didn't get any of those. And finally, for points decreases, and this is going to make every Imperial Guard player super happy, Leman Russ dropping 10 points.
Between this and the balanced data slate getting +2 to your 2+ armor save, it's a good time to be an Imperial Guard player with Leman Russ.
That's a very good time to be Imperial Guard player. The Necron points drops were comical. Yeah, we're gonna get to that here in a couple of minutes. So for the points increase for the Imperium, we already discussed the Chaplain on bike. That's going up 10 points. All Volkite Contemptors are going up 10 points. So hopefully we'll see a little bit less of those on the tabletop. Because Volkites are nasty. They're just good.
The question is that all of them? Because Thousand Suns have them.
Yeah, all Contemptor Dreadnoughts, all Contemptor Volkites are going up 10 points. You think that's only an issue in the UK meta? I don't know. I mean, I've seen a couple Volkite players out here, so Iron Hands aren't really a thing in the US. No, that's fair. You see a lot of.
Sorry, there's somebody here with. I know we both know uses 3 Contemptor Dreadnoughts with Volkites.
Yep, absolutely. Nemesis Dreadknights are going up 10 points, which is good because those things are disgustingly good.
Now there, yeah.
And Volkite View Glare, which is the... What is it? It's the Forge World Knight with the Tesla locks. I cannot remember what they're called. Lightning locks, I think? Lightning locks. Those are all going up by a mere 5 points, so not a huge increase there. But maybe it means that they get one less of those on the board. So I guess that's a thing.
Honestly, I don't even see that really affecting them that much.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk about the one that I'm kind of at the point scale of knights. Yeah, I don't really feel like it's going to make a huge difference. It's not really all that impactful.
Yeah.
But Necrons, my lifeblood, my joy, my pride, just continually getting kicked in the dick
Okay,
here.
so it's okay. This is bothering me because the last couple of weeks, all you've wanted was a point drop, and
yeah, but these are so minimal, like, and half of them don't even make a difference. So let's get into it. The Doomsday arc is dropping 10 points. That's okay. It makes it a bit more viable than the Doomstalkers. I'll give it that. The Scorpex are dropping by 5 points each. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's okay. Yeah. Ophidians dropping 5 points. I don't think any points drops are going to make Ophidians any better. I still feel like that those are probably one of the weakest, honestly, for destroyers.
Points might have been viable, but 5, I don't see it.
Yeah, I just don't see it making it viable. All Locust destroyers are dropping by an additional 5 points. So Locust heavies are becoming a bit more viable, but I still think that they're entirely too squishy. Well, if that one thing I showed you is real, Wraiths are going up 10. Yeah. If Wraiths are going up points, that's just going to be bad. That's just bad. Ophids might be the new play. They might, but they're so squishy. They're so squishy. You sneeze at them and they disappear off the board. The Monolith, dropping 30 points. I don't know what dropping 30 points off the Monolith is going to do. Yeah, now all the Locust includes the Heavy, which is good, making them a bit more viable. Again, though, I still think they're just a little too squishy. Monolith dropping 30 points. It's still a Lord of War. It's still lacking quantum shielding. It's still really lacking anything that's going to make it playable. Honestly, I just don't see any reason to take a Monolith. Obelisk, again, another useless points drop. Nobody takes Obelisks. They're just bad.
McDonagans.
To be fair, if someone sneezed at me on the table, I would have, yeah. Bro, hey, yo, what's up? What's up, man? How you doing today? Hope you're having a good one. We're talking about the points drops today. And some more Tau leaks that have come to my attention. So, moving on, the Tesseract Vault dropping 50 points. That's a good points drop. Again, though, I don't see what the point of these points drops are. Obelisk, Monolith, Tesseract Vault, all of these things are useless in a competitive setting. And they have the most points drops and the most, I guess, attention given to them. D-Scythe changes to Wraithguard. Yeah, we talked about that last time too. That's those are some good shooting profiles on the D-Scythes. Speaking of scythes, Doom Scythe and Night Scythe. Doom Scythe is dropping 20 points, Night Scythe is dropping 15 points. I've seen some talk on the Necron Facebook page and subreddits that they might take the Night Scythe just to do, like, blobs. I'm not painting a Death Guard unit. I'm not painting a Death Guard unit? No? Silent King. Silent King dropped 30 points down to 420. Blaze it.
Okay, so just from this point reduction, we're looking at an extra 90 some odd points. Your current army.
That's not going to give me a whole lot to work with, though, if I'm being honest with you.
Maybe not, but it's still 90 points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to rework the list after the points drops officially come out, and it's all updated in Battlescribe and what have you.
Yeah.
So we'll see what these points drops do. I still don't necessarily think it's going to help a whole lot, but we got points drops. That's what I was asking for. They're not great, but they're not super terrible either. Yeah, if I'm only gaining 100 points, then you're retiring your Necrons until 10th. Yeah. I shall paint you a Spirit Seer. Oh dear.
Custodes also are getting a point reduction.
Are they?
The Blade Champion, if you don't mind me going through these real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Blade Champion is going to go up 10 points. He'll be 120 now, which isn't a huge deal. Shield captains are going, and Alaris captains are going down 5 and 10 respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Valerian is currently 140. He's going down to 130.
Okay.
Ramirez Terminators are going down 5 points per model, as well as the Virtus Praetors, the bikes.
Blade Champ being an HQ annoys Marsala.
The Land Raiders going down 20. It currently is 285, so 265 isn't bad.
No, it's not bad. Hopefully it gives you a little bit more to work with.
Trajan's going down 10 points to 160. It's a lot better considering it was one.
Hey, Jobsher. Yeah, we actually were just talking about that. I was going to bring it up a little bit later in the stream today, too.
Oh, yeah. And the bike captain is going down 10 points.
Yep.
All in all, I'm looking at, from what I have, somewhere around 100 to 150. It's depending on which army I go with.
Mm-hmm.
That's, a big boost. Forge World also got, the Telemons are going down 20.
Okay.
And some of the vehicles, the tank is going down 30 points. The transports are going down 50 each.
Well, that's pretty good.
All in all, it's actually not too bad.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good points drop for you. I'm going to give you a few more options to work with. You will need details about how much it will cost me for a showcase Spirit Seer. Yo, McNaughtykins, I'll give you details all day long. But you gotta commit to a model, man. You gotta let me know. Like, I'm down to paint this stuff. But you gotta pick something. Stick with it. Alright. So that about covers all the points drops and increases. We'll still have to see like what things look like. Didn't even get back to me about... Oh, yeah, no, I know. I'm sorry. I don't always get notifications on Discord, my guy. I promise I will send you a message on break today. About
Hemlock Wraithfighter also went down 20 points.
No, yeah, it did. I forgot about that one.
Thing is, most Eldari players only use one.
Wikifeet, oh my god.
It's not a huge boost, honestly.
I don't even have an OnlyFans. Alright, moving on to some of the bigger news for today. We have more information about the Tau Codex, and boy howdy, it's a lot of info to go over. So one of the big things, there are going to be 6 major Tau Seps. Plague Burst going down in points, yep, we covered that. I need to find another of the Good Lord of Contagion models. When I get back cash, get that commission by... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let me throw up a little bit in my mouth. Yeah, but I'm committing to Spirits here. Okay. Anyways, it's all sold out in stores here. Okay. Yeah, I will send you a message over break. Promise. So let's talk about the Seps here. Now, I only have some information on a couple of these. I don't have, like, full information on everything. But each Sept gets a Sept's Tenet, a Warlord trait, and a signature system relic, and an exclusive stratagem for each Tau Sept.
It's pretty much exactly what the Custodes got for their shield hosts.
Pretty much.
That's going to be the new style for these codexes.
So one sept that I have some information for is the Dalyeth sept. I'm probably mispronouncing that.
Yeah.
But each time a ranged attack is made against infantry with this tenet, if attacker is not in engagement range of that unit, models receive the benefit of light cover. And if you selected a tactical philosophy at the start of battle, Tau auxiliary units that are in the same detachment as units with this tenet benefit from the Army's selected tactical philosophy.
That was the one I was talking about the other day, where all the auxiliaries will get like attachment bonus or army bonuses.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. But I'm committing to Spirit Seer anyone in my soul that sword, in part because I know that you don't much enjoy. I mean, I don't enjoy playing against Death Guard. They're rough, but they are pretty models. Pretty curious about custom craft world bonuses. I think a lot of people are curious about that. And Marsala has 3 stealth suits, a battlesuit commander, an XV-88, and 2 of the old start collecting boxes so far. Nice. Yeah, you're gonna have a good time with Tau, and we got more to go into with that. So here is the Sasia. Again, I'm probably gonna mispronounce all of these, but I'm trying.
It's Sasia?
Sasia, yeah. So this is the Warlord trait for Sasia. In the command phase, select one friendly Sasia unit within 9 inches of this Warlord. Until the start of the next command phase, that unit gains OBSEC, and if the unit already has OBSEC, it counts as 1 additional model. Now you're good, Marsala. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate you. I'm getting a Wraith Knight. It's getting so good. Yeah, Wraith Knights are crazy. Alright, and then for the Tau Sept signature system that I have information on, this is the Vectored Maneuvering Thrusters. So you add 2 inches to the bearer's move, and once per battle round, when the bearer is selected as a target of a charge, if it's not within engagement range of any enemy units, it can use this relic. If it does, it can make a normal move. Until the end of the phase, the bearer cannot fire Overwatch or set to defend, and opponent can reselect a charge for the target.
It's like a free fallback maneuver before you get charged.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be amazing on a Cold Star battlesuit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the pretty heavy weaponry you don't want to die. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's a really good one. First stratagem, for 2 CP, we have Experimental Weaponry. Use this strat in the shooting phase. When a Borkan is selected to shoot, which I'm assuming is one of the other Tau Septs, select 1 model in that unit and 1 weapon it's equipped with. Until the end of phase, each time that model makes an attack with that weapon, invulns cannot be taken. So they're just shutting off invulns left and right.
Yeah, that's the one you would stick on like a call it the pulse cannon,
yeah.
Not the rail cannon, pulse cannon, because it doesn't shut off invulns, and if you can have invulns shut off for that, holy crap!
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just literally 1 dead knight.
Yeah,
assuming you don't
right off the bat. Yeah, just a dead knight. For custom septs, you must pick 2 tenets from neighboring sectors on a given map. So the map is going to come in the codex, and the 2 sectors that you pick from have to be like next to each other or touching in some way.
Yeah.
And that map is up on the Warhammer site, and then you'll also see it in the codex, of course. So that's all the information I've got for the septs and stratagems right now. Now, let's go ahead and talk about one of the other big leaks that came out this morning as well. Let's talk about the Devilfish. This thing is going to be a very, very silly transport, I feel. Very good value on this thing. So, it has different abilities based on the tactical philosophy you choose. So, for example, Mont Ka tactical philosophy, you get a 9-inch pregame move with this thing.
Ow.
Yeah. And Cao Yan, it can enter reserves if it's within 9 inches of a table edge. So you could have this thing leave the table and come back on the next turn in a completely different area. Like, those are both really good.
That's a little OP.
A little bit, a little bit. So they've also got some stratagems too that you can use. So they have, for 1 CP, onboard sensors. This allows nearby fire warriors to re-roll ones against anything that is in 24 inches of the devilfish.
Okay, so basically these things aren't just transports anymore, they're mobile command centers.
Exactly. That's exactly what they are. They also have a combat debarkation for 1 CP. So you get, for the stratagem, you get 1 disembark after the normal move. You can get 2 disembarks, or 2 devilfish on turns 1 through 3 if it's Mont Ka, and then 2 devilfish on turns 3 and 5 if you're using Cal Yan for disembarking for the stratagem. You also get, so basically these stratagems combined with just the base abilities so far, you're gonna get rapid board control and repositioning, which is amazing. You can use your infantry to back up the suits. I'm gonna be honest with you, this stratagem here is really good, but I feel like in a future FAQ they're probably gonna up it to 2 CP instead of just the 1 for this, you know?
Seems a little too powerful.
A little bit. But this does mean the Fish of Fury are back for you older Tau players. So Fire Warriors are effectively going to be able to get wherever they need to be on turn 1. You got to think about it. You have the 9-inch pregame move from the Devilfish if you're taking Mont Ka. If you're going first, you have an additional 12-inch move, and you get a 3-inch disembarkation.
Okay, for those who don't know, for current, setting, the way to play Tau was to load them all up into Devilfish, create like this wall, and you move as far forward as you could, drop them all there, and just shoot the crap out of everything.
Yep.
And block with your Devilfish.
Yeah.
And there would be like 5 or 6 of them out on the table. Your opponent couldn't do almost anything movement-wise.
No.
And
You would lock down the board, is effectively what happens with that.
Your infantry were just on the other side shooting everything.
Yep. So you can use strike and breacher teams with this, especially if you're using like Borkan, for example. Like for the weapons, like you're looking at a rifle, rapid fire 1, 36 inches, strength 5, AP 1, and blaster, which is an assault 2, strength 5, AP 1, or at 8 inches, it's strength 6, AP 2, and you're going to be getting those shots off on turn 1. Re-rolling 1s. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you, like, the Mont Ka, like, both of these things would be viable, but, like, Mont Ka, you could advance and shoot, -1 extra AP, re-roll 1s to wound. Breachers will hit harder, but they're close range. So if you're really moving up the board, Breachers could be a good option to take. But I feel like a strike team might be easier to utilize later in the game. And there's also a bunch of buffs that are going to be available to these squads too. So marker lights, you're going to be hitting on 3+. You're going to reroll 1s to hit from the Devilfish or Fireblades, and then reroll wounds from Exemplar of Mont Ka if you're taking Mont Ka. And there's a tactical philosophy for Mont Ka as well that came out. So in battle rounds 1 through 3, each time this unit makes a normal move or advances in the movement phase, until the end of phase, it counts as remaining stationary. And each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets the closest eligible enemy unit within range of a table, or within range, based on the turns, you improve the AP by 1 and reroll wound rolls of 1. So battle round 1, anything in 18 inches, battle round 2, anything within 12 inches, and battle round 3, anything within 9.
They seem to have set up the 2 tactical philosophies, Mont Ka and Kayun.
Mm-hmm.
You pick one, and then you'll eventually move it over to the other.
Yeah.
One starts you off at longer ranges with, mostly shooting things, and then it moves over to much closer oriented, close combat type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm telling you, man, Tau are gonna be just absolutely nuts.
will be for a while at least.
Yeah, at least until the next codex comes out, and then we all cry about that.
The big question right now is we do have rumors of the marker light system. Supposedly, how it's going to work now is marker light and the unit associated with it declare an action.
Hey, Ricky Bobby Paints, thank you for the follow, my guy. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. You've returned after feeding the cat. Nice.
To declare the action, they roll a d6, and on a 3+, they are able to put one marker light on a target unit. If this is the case, it's great because you can stack marker lights on a unit, and then every time another unit goes to shoot, simply pull one marker away, they get +1 to hit.
Yeah.
Drawback is the fact that you have to spend an action to get it done. Then you still have to roll a 3+ to actually get it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that just makes it kind of a fee system. There's too much of a chance of it not happening.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have to be using up all of your, since it's an action, the whole unit has to do it. Unless you want to pay command points to let them continue shooting or do something else.
Yeah.
This whole Pathfinder team's, taking up an action just to lay down a marker light.
Yeah.
My prediction is you're going to see a lot more marker light drone squads.
I would agree with that. All right. Well. So, and Ricky Bobby, yeah, you saw some Thousand Suns and you had to come in. Oh, absolutely, man. So that's my new year, new army. I'm working on that one model at a time. So I'll be done eventually. And Sim, what are you working on today? I was talking to you about this earlier. You are not working on Warhammer today, are you?
No, it is GW still. It is Lord of the Rings. I'm working on a couple of Theoden models. King Theoden, the one with a helmet, one without. And these are the unhorsed versions. Because I was playing a couple weeks ago and realized Theoden got knocked off his horse. I had no model to replace it.
Yeah.
I did at home, so here I need to paint them.
Well, there you go. And I am working on this Infernal Master. I've been working on this for a couple of days now. And it's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my camera situation here. For whatever reason, it just does not want to focus. Okay. Imagine being the shooting army and needing robots to aim your shots for you, right? You have 2.5k worth of Thousand Suns. Oh man. Do you have pictures of what they look like? Yeah, we are link friendly, so please feel free to go ahead and post that. Also, we do have a Discord. Our Discord link is a little busted right now. Let me go ahead and get you a new one. And we do like to show off other people's models towards the end of stream. So if you do want to join, by all means, please do. But if you got any links, I would love to see them. But today, guys, I'm going to be working on this Infernal Master. And I did a bit more since the stream on Tuesday. I got most of the actual character done. I'm giving him a disc because why not? And I've been working on the base. I got this primed and dry brushed last night for my underpainting. And we're going to be getting some contrast paints applied over top of this today. I'm going to move you off to the side. Put the disc over there. And let's go ahead and get to work.
I joked around last Tuesday, or might have been before that, and I said, all right, so what I want is when we go to a tournament, the two armies that people are looking at going, all right, it's between these two, or best painted model, things like that. I've already won.
I mean, you say that, but you're still far from done, so, like, you know.
But those are looking so good.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
You've already beaten me.
No, don't resign yourself to failure like that.
Oh, they're too good.
Don't resign yourself. Don't do it. That's bad mentality. That's not thinking properly.
I haven't resigned myself, and facing reality.
No. No. I looked at that Bellacore that I lost to in that paint contest the other day. And I didn't say, oh, well, you know, that's just it. You know, I guess that's how it is. No, I said, okay, that Bellacore looks amazing. This means I can and need to do better.
Oh, sorry. Yours is already better.
I will kick your neck off.
I will concede this if you concede that Magnus did some things wrong.
No, Magnus didn't do anything wrong. We all know that.
You've already beaten me.
Ain't that right, Ricky Bobby? You're a Thousand Suns player. You know the deal.
Magnus did some things wrong.
I'm just failing to see your argument here. Like, I just don't feel like it's working for you.
You have no argument. You just keep saying he did nothing wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I can point out all the ways in which he did wrong.
I mean, that's alternative facts. Yeah, thank you, Ricky Bobby. Thank you. I'm glad someone here has some sense. Like this clown over here, trying to say he's writing off his painting right off the bat.
The worst part is we can't do a poll for this because nobody has more points than I do.
I mean, I technically do.
You actually accumulate points on your own stream?
No, but I have infinite points, so I can just make things happen.
I guess so.
Oh man.
Oh, Ricky Bobby, don't get me wrong. The Emperor did him dirty. That's not a question. The question is whether or not Magnus did something wrong.
Which he didn't, obviously.
In his response to getting played dirty, so.
Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong, though. So, I mean, you know, your argument is null and void. But
your army's painted better than mine.
That's a lie. That is a lie. But, I have been working on Thousand Suns for about a month now, give or take. I've gotten 2 models done. This will be my 3rd one. And then I got a couple things that are prepped and waiting in the wings right now. And then I've got a whole pile of shame for my full 2,000 points for Thousand Suns. I am planning on taking rubrics and terminators and dreadnought. Sent a stinky war dog after him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nobody likes space wolves. Space wolves are poop.
Nobody's going after Horus in this.
No, Horus did everything wrong.
Exactly.
Like there's no doubt about that.
You can't blame the space wolves for what happened.
I can absolutely blame the space wolves.
Then you're saying that it was the space wolves' fault and not Horus's fault.
No. It was still Horus's fault, but space wolves are equally able to be blamed here because they were brutal in burning of Prospero. Like, absolutely brutal. And they did not have to even be like that, but they were.
If you read, is it Prospero Burns? He came to the planet. We're like, hey, look, we're just here to get Magnus. That's it. Don't want to start a war. We don't want to fight. Even though they were given the order.
They shot the first one. They were the ones who fired first.
Ahriman shot first.
How did Ahriman shoot first?
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. Facts.
They were given orders to wipe out the Thousand Suns. I mean, by Horus. He came to the planet and said, whoa, we just want Magnus. End this right now. It's Magnus. Because they had custodies. Knew the orders from Horus weren't quite right.
Yeah.
And Ahriman said, no.
Well, yeah, because the orders weren't right.
Magnus was up in his room, sulking.
I mean, I wouldn't have given Necrons a second look after my first time painting them if not for Achilles. And same Space Marines are clean to the point of envy, so I mean, both of you are great painters. And I will buy a ticket, come to the States, and suplex you into a snowdrift if you keep talking down about yourself. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jobsher. I appreciate it.
Whoa! I'm not talking down about myself.
Yes, you are.
I am merely talking down myself in comparison. Your painting.
I'm gonna kick your neck off. Just the neck, nothing else. Leave you looking like Rayman.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Not sorry.
You're a damn good painter, and you know it. Your Magnus is gorgeous. In fact, you know what? All this talk about Magnus, and all this talk about you being like, oh, your models are better. Nah, I'm gonna prove it right now, because guess what? I have one of your models right here with me.
One. Yes.
I don't want to break you. Alright, guys. So, Sim over here trying to talk some shade about himself. And I can't let it go. I can't let it slide. Oh, come on. Don't freeze on me. This is Sim's Magnus the Red.
It's yours now. I gave it to you.
No, this is temporarily mine until I get my own. But this is you painted this. Sim painted this whole thing, and it's just stunning. It's absolutely stunning. So you wanna sit here and be like, oh herder. It is.
It's knocking futs.
It is. I love it. It's beautiful. It sits on display in my room. And
I literally just copied Duncan paint for paint.
it doesn't matter. You put the paint on the model. You did that.
I will say this. I was better. Over the last couple months, I don't know if it's burnout or what, but I just cannot paint to that level anymore.
I think you can. I think you just need to find the right motivation.
I mean, yeah.
I think you should probably slow down on a couple of things. Take your time with things. Don't rush anything. Do I give a damn? Absolutely not. No. Oh, man. What a day, though. I'm excited for today, though. I'm finally getting this Infernal Master done, which means that that's one more Thousand Sun that I've completed. I've got 25 total Scarab Occult Terminators. I've got 60 rubrics, I think, at this point. I've got Aramen. I've got the Sorcerers on a Disc. I've got 2 Forge Fiends. I've got a Contemptor Dreadnought. I've got the Smolodon, and I've got my Demon Prince Kit Bash conversion thing that I'm working on. I think that's everything for my T-Suns. I'm pretty sure that's everything. I have more than 2,000 points of T-Suns at this point.
Okay, so...
Trust me, you've seen some ugly Magnuses. That's not one of them. No, it is not.
Setting up a poll.
Okay.
What should Ikelos work on next?
Oh, dear.
So what's the first thing you got?
So, huh?
Scarab Terminators.
Scarab Terminators, yep.
Got Rubric Marines.
Rubrics, yep.
And... version.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
What was the last one you just said?
A Demon Prince conversion. Oh, you got the Forge Fiends.
Yep, I do have the Forge Fiends. No, I didn't take a Mauler Fiend, actually. I'm taking Forge Fiends for ranged heavy support, personally. That's kind of how I like to play, but I am going to model it so I can take it as either a Forge or Mauler Fiend, because I know that points changes and rules changes update all the time, so... yeah, it's good to just make sure your bases are covered.
So we have Scarabs, Bricks, Demon Prince, Forge Fiends, and what else?
Contemptor Dreadnought.
Okay.
We have the Smolodon.
I think we can only do the 5 here.
Can we only do 5? That's fair.
Yeah.
So let me show you guys some of the things I've got prepped here real quick. So this is the Contemptor Dreadnought.
So the pole is at the top.
Yep. I've got this primed up. I have the Smallodon, which is basically a Mastodon, but it's Land Raider size, so we're calling it the Smallodon. But I love this thing. It's really cool. It's neat. We've got the Demon Prince conversion thing that I'm working on here, using the Abaddon the Despoiler model and some Terminator bits from the Occult. Come on. Focus. You can do this. Probably not as focused as I'm going to get. We have Armin still in box. I've got 1, 2, 3 other boxes of Occult Terminators, one that's open. I got the Sorcerers, I got Rubrics, Fortunes. Yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's the whole army. Not taking any Zangors or Cultists. Paint your spirits here next. Yeah, I'll paint your spirits here on stream for you. I'll do that.
And don't forget, everybody, you can vote multiple times.
You can.
It's 100 points per vote.
Spend them
right
points.
Now it's going towards the Demon Prince.
Oh, really? I got a lot of work to do on that thing still. You know what I need for that? To finish off, like, how I want to do the kit bash?
Oh,
you know what?
Arab Terminators are there's a lot of votes going into the Terminators.
I mean, to be fair, the Terminators are really cool models. I do love me some Scarab Occult boys.
They're currently sitting at 61 votes.
Holy
and I really would have won votes. I'm not...
You're not rigging it this time?
I'm not rigging it this time. This is other people voting.
You have 11,000 points and you will use them, yeah. I really do want to kind of revamp the point system a little bit. Add some new rewards in there that are relevant to what we're doing. I do have a lot of work to do between now and the next stream. Well, the next mini painting stream. Because tonight, guys, we are doing Magic the Gathering. We've got our EDH Fight Night, which happens on Thursday nights. I'm not sure which deck I want to play tonight, though. That's kind of my only thing that I'm torn on. But we get myself and a couple of my other local friends. We all get together and we play Magic the Gathering on stream. And we play Commander. Gets a little spicy, but it's a fun time. And we start that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. So if you guys want to come and hang out tonight and watch some Magic, throw some cards, talk some shit, I encourage you to do so. Alright, I have sunk 7,000. I'll save the other 10. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on what we can do with the points redemptions, please let me know. I'm always all ears. I want to learn. I want to keep providing good quality content for you guys. It means a lot to me.
Sing a song.
What?
Say add back in, sing a song.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea, okay? I could body you with my acrid fake internet points, but I'll be good. That's fair.
Oh, okay, we had a pretty race going at one point.
Yeah.
The Scarab Terminators and the Demon Prince. It's slowed down. It looks like the Scarabs, the Terminators were winning.
Oh boy. Well, we still got a couple minutes left, so we'll see. We'll see.
Say about a minute left, so.
I love painting this warp energy, but it is so, like, fragile. I keep worrying that I'm going to break it as I'm painting it. Or do something like that. That happens more often than I would like to. Victory is mine! Damn you, damn the broccoli, and damn the Wright brothers!
I've still got 46,000 points here. I could easily rig this vote.
You could.
But I'm not going to.
No, don't do that.
We got about 10 seconds left.
Oh boy. Get your votes in. Get your votes in for what you guys want to see next. Bet your Blight Lords are cooler than I'll bet you wrong on that one, my guy. Scarab Occult Terminators are the second coolest Terminators in the game, in my opinion, personally. Hello?
You join us?
Did somebody join us?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello there. Who be this?
It me. 19 slash...
Hey, what up?
Hello.
Sorry, I just looked over at my Discord chat. How you doing today?
Doing okay. Saw that you were online and streaming. Still working on the on your Thousand Suns, right?
Oh, absolutely. You know it. I'm gonna be on this grind for a long time.
Oh boy, don't I know it.
What you working on today?
I am finishing building my second gladiator, and you've heard of the new points changes, right?
Yeah, we just talked about them in the earlier segment, and I'm not super happy with them, if I'm going to be honest with you, for Necrons, but I'll take what I can get, you know?
Look, the points reductions that they showed for Necrons are pretty crazy. Like 5 points reduction for Scorpic Destroyer models is... Yeah, I'll take it.
That's really good. That's probably the best thing that we got out of it.
30 points reduction in Silent King, though.
Yeah, I'll take that one too. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. But they dropped 30 points off of the monolith, and I don't know why. Like, that's not going to fix the monolith. That's not going to make anybody want to take it.
If they want people to take the monolith, they should maybe not just drop its points, but maybe also drop its price.
Yeah, and also give it an invulnerable save.
Yeah, that too.
That would be good. And then maybe, I don't know, not make it a Lord of War?
Something like that. The one thing that I really did not like about the changes was the points increase for the Primaris Chaplain on bike. That felt absolutely unnecessary.
Sim, you were saying something about that too, weren't you?
The Storm Speeders, like for my army, is White Scars, so it's basically everything on bike or fast. The Storm Speeders got a 10-point reduction. I have one of each, so for me it was like literally just a trade-off.
Yeah.
So not a big deal. The Chaplain on bike though is kind of tearing up the charts. Pardon the pun, but it is sort of justifiable.
Is it? Because I haven't seen a whole lot of those things, but then again, I also haven't fought a lot of Space Marines.
The one thing that...
Weird.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
So, my current list has 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts, 3 Outriders, 3 Invader ATVs, 10 Infiltrators, 5 Intercessors, 3 Blade Guard Veterans, 3 Suppressors, and 3 Unlimitators. And then the things that are going to be contentious about this is the Relic Contemptor with 2 twin Volkite Culverins, and the Primaris Chaplain on bike.
Yeah.
What army are you running?
It is currently running as Iron Hands. However, I have been told by many people that it would very easily switch itself over to either Black Templar or White Scars, especially since I do have a Storm Speeder Hammer Strike built. And
the points drops on the Storm Speeders are good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, so those other points drops are going to be a little rough, but hey, if you wanted to switch over to doing a different army, Black Templars are really good right now, and they drop the points on the Corvus Blackstar too, so I always thought that was a cool looking model.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I run custom colors on all of my Space Marines, so I can just say they run as whatever I want them to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I do with my stuff too, because screw the rules. I have paint.
Screw the rules. I have imagination.
Well, that is part of the rules. Is it doesn't matter. You paint it because it's your custom chapter, and you can use whichever rule set you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, what with these points reductions, it might be interesting for me to run all of this as something other than Iron Hands at this point. I mean, White Scars definitely are tempting, especially since I am taking like a lot of bikes, and I do mean a lot of bikes. I mean, I've got 3 Outriders, Primaris Chaplain on bike, and 3 Invader ATVs.
Oh wow! So you're going fast. You're going very fast.
I am going very fast.
It's like my cats at 11 o'clock at night, just taking off down the hallway.
And then, of course, I also have that Stormspeeder Hammer Strike, but that's not part of my main army list. I just have one because I love how it looks.
I love models like that, honestly. Like, hey, I just have this because it looks cool. It's not good, but I have it because it looks cool.
Exactly.
The Stormspeeders are pretty good.
I mean, hell, that's one of the reasons why I have suppressors in my armies, because I love how they look.
Right.
Another unit of stuff I want to get is some Eradicators and some Hellblasters, because goddamn, those models look nice.
They do. Job sure.
Funny,
like a cat ahead is gone till the morning gone.
I have the suppressors for the exact opposite reason. I only got them for the rules, so I had some extra like heavy support. And to me, the models looked like they took a Primaris, added some glue to them, and threw them in a bits box.
I mean, maybe.
I just don't like the model, but use them for the rules.
I just love their fucking autocannons.
Yeah.
Those things look so fucking cool. I love them.
Hey, can we go ahead and ban Victor Legend there? Yeah, I don't need any of that bot trash in this chat.
Stupid bots.
Make me look bad. Ooga booga booga.
Yeah, stupid bots. You made me look bad. Ooga booga booga.
Let's see, you got through the fan animation for Hell's Reach, and now you're really torn about doing some Black Templars. Aren't Necrons bots? Yeah, but it's different. It's different.
You see, we Necrons are of a higher society. We are truly the divine light in a machine. Anything else is just mockery.
All right, calm down,
especially
Orkin.
those.
That sounds like some shit Orkin would say. Be gone, bot! Oh, man.
Yes,
I'm loving these little streamers.
gone.
I love the tiny streamers. I need more of these in my life. They're like, for me, screamers are like scarabs. You know? They're just adorable.
So
Small.
we did have
It
a
is
winner on the poll.
Oh, yeah?
Scared Terminators.
I, for one, am shocked.
Had 100 votes on that. Had 76 votes on the Demon Primarch, Demon Prince, and then 4 votes on the. What's the last thing? Or the last thing was the Contemptor Dreadnought.
Yeah. I'm excited about doing the Demon Prince thing, but I need the, you know, the AdMech infantry that can fly with the wings?
Yes.
I need a set of those wings. Just one. Which is the only thing that stopped me from actually finishing that, is because I don't want to pay $55 for one set of wings, you know?
Yeah.
Petraxi, yeah. You have 2 of those boxes? Dang, man, against... I don't know, how did those perform on the tabletop? Sounds like an eBay job to me. Yeah, a little bit.
Interesting.
You see them in most armies, so I think they're doing pretty well.
Are they doing well? I haven't fought AdMech since my first RTT, so...
Same here.
Which, honestly, I'm thankful for, because I hate fighting them. They're too good.
Actually, I haven't played them at all yet.
They're going to be ruining your day.
Yeah. Tell you what, though. I'm going to have to start figuring out what I'm going to start including into my Necron army. I might throw 1 or 2 more Scarabs in, because I'm running 8 Scorpic Destroyers total, and what with those things getting the points reduction, that does open up some options, because that's 40 points now available to me.
It does indeed, and I'm excited about that too. I'm hoping to add a couple of things here and there. Even if I can't get extra units, at the very least, I might be able to take like an extra Cryptek Arcana or something like that.
I'm probably just going to fill my list with more Scarabs.
That's fair. That's fair. Use them as like screening units and whatnot.
Yeah, because currently I've got, I think, 4 Scarabs in my list.
Yeah, I don't take any at all, ever.
Really?
Yeah. Personally, for me, I feel like they're just too squishy. And when it comes to 9th edition tournament play, ideally, I like things that are going to be harder to kill, things that are going to be harder to move off of the objective, and then it's just things that are going to make my opponent have to just sink firepower into if they want to get rid of it, or even cripple it for that matter. Yeah, like your Death Guard, McNaughtykins. Because objective, you got to play the objective in tournament play. So the tougher the thing you can put on an objective, the harder it's going to be for your opponent to clear it off. And when you're taking the double obsec, I mean, you're keeping that objective for at least 2 turns.
How about a second Canoptic Wraith?
Oh, absolutely take Wraiths. I mean, even though
not a
points,
second.
but...
A 4th Canoptic Wraith. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I take them in squads of 5 or 6, depending on the list I'm running.
I've only got 3 in mine right now.
They're good. They are good, but I feel with the points increase that's potentially coming for them that Marsala had shared a couple days ago, I feel like they might be a little bit in danger of being taken off of tournament play, which is a bit worrisome. Just a tiny bit, though. That being said,
right.
Ophidians are dropping in points. I still don't think that's going to make them any better. They're like, I don't know, you're familiar with Gundam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the Leos from Gundam Wing?
Yeah.
You know how, like, if you breathe the wrong way at them, they explode?
Ophidian Destroyers?
Ophidian Destroyers.
Very cool, highly specialized elite units will die at a drop of a hat.
Yeah, if you don't get them into combat, and if they're not attacking first, you're going to have a bad time.
I'm playing you, or I might have been playing somebody else, where they dropped in unit of Scorpex behind my Fire Strike servo turrets.
Right.
Like, every turn before that, I was shooting at other units and like, all right, all hits, all wounds, oh, you made all your saves, didn't kill anything.
Yep.
Like, nothing was dying, and then I dropped them in behind them, the Ophidians, turned around and shot them off the table. They just, like,
that was me. That was me.
Oof.
I dropped it. I was play testing the Ophidians for the first couple RTTs, and I dropped them in behind you. They failed the charge, got shot off the board by your turrets and your salamanders. Yeah, it was.
Ouch.
It was a bad time.
That was the thing. Every other thing that those turrets shot at missed.
Yeah.
Didn't, nothing. The Ophidians just right off the board.
Yeah, Ophidians just. It was like Thanos all over again. Just one snap and they're gone. Jobster says, I need to get into painting AdMech again. One of my best ever paint jobs was a Skitarii for a friend. Dude, they're one of those models that are like super detailed. And I tried doing AdMech as my second army back in 8th edition, and I couldn't bring myself to paint them. It was so much work.
AdMech looks like an interesting army. The problem that I have with it is that, I don't know. There's something about them that just turns me off from wanting to collect them.
There's nothing wrong with that. I completely understand.
Yet I seem to be fully content in collecting Custodes and Eldar. Like, something about those two armies just really appeal to me. Especially the Eldar.
Yeah, and honestly, with this hobby, a lot of it comes down to, if you're playing in tournament play, sure, you want to try and get stuff that's good, but get stuff that you like playing or painting with. Get things that you think look cool.
And that's one of the reasons why I've got 2 gladiators, even though that I'm probably only going to be able to use one of them. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, the coolest thing, though, is that I can have a whole bunch of units and then just start making lists out of what I've got.
Exactly. It gives you utility.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
And if I am actually gonna maybe make a White Scars army, I might just pick up a second Storm Speeder Hammer Strike. Or turn it into either one of the other two variants. So that way I've got a Hammer Strike for anti-tank stuff and then one of the other ones for anti-infantry.
That's not a bad plan. It gives you the utility that you need, and frankly, tournament play is really all about utility. Like, how useful can I make this unit in these different scenarios?
Exactly. And again, three Invader ATVs, 3 Outriders, and a Primaris Chaplain on bike. Like, I go zoom.
Go real fast. VTech just kicked in, yo. 5,000 RPMs. Let's see, McNaughtykins, do you think the Spirit Seer is detailed? Did they come out with a new Spirit Seer model, or is it just the old one still? I haven't been keeping super up to date with Eldar news, to be honest with you.
Spirit Seer.
I have no idea.
Updated it every now and then.
Yeah.
I remember the last box set for them, the Spirit Seer.
Either way, I think it's fine. I think it's got enough detail on there to look good. So, yeah, you're probably fine with that. I mean, again, you're wanting me to paint it, so I can get as detailed as you want. Maybe I should set a painting goal for this year. You know what, Jobshire? That's a good idea. I'll set a goal with you. Hell, I'll set a goal with everybody if you guys want to get in on this for what we want to paint for the year.
What I would like to do,
White Scars.
What I would like to do for this year is get this Space Marine army done, get my Custodes army done, and get my Eldar army done.
Ooh, 3 whole armies, all 2,000 points.
All 2,000 points.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a chore.
Well, I mean, I blew through 2,000 points of Necron in about 3 weeks. Mind you, I had to wait a month and a half to finish it because a shipment that contained my Void Dragon shard was delayed forever.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shipping delays. It's been rough, to say the least. But,
the good news is...
Yeah.
Everything's here, so I don't have to wait anymore. Though, I don't have all the units for my Eldar army yet. I'm waiting for some of the new models to drop, like the new Guardians, the new Rangers, and some of the new stuff.
The new, what are those? The things that we talked about on Thursday with the funny faces.
Oh, the Dark Reapers.
Dark Reapers, yeah.
You know, I've been seeing people say that because that there's plastic Dark Reapers, there is a chance that we're going to be seeing other plastic aspect warriors. And I'm hoping so, because there's some aspect warriors that I really like.
Yeah.
The main ones we really need are fire dragons.
That's one that I was actually really looking at, and seeing as though that both Dark Reapers and Fire Dragons seem to share a lot of similar physical model properties, it doesn't seem too far off to think
that they might do that, yeah.
Because, I mean, at this point, all you'd really need to do to kit bash some Fire Dragons is to just have the fine cast weapons and then the helmets.
Yep.
And have the plastic body, and there you go, Fire Dragons.
Let's see. McNaughtykin says your goal is to paint your 1,000 point of Death Guard. Yeah, that's achievable. That's totally achievable. Jobshire, get my Slaves to Darkness and battle board ready for the end of February. Paint all of my orcs by the end of the year. I would like to have a Belisarius Call painted up to whatever my standard is by the end of the year. And McNaughtykin just wants more Plastic Guardians. I feel that.
Main goal is to get my White Scars army painted to a tournament like best painted army level.
Yeah.
I never go beyond battle ready, so
go beyond your limits. Break through.
I mean, y'all seen that fucking sorry if I'm cursing too much, it's kind of just a casual tick for me. The Dragon Shard. I love that thing so much. I love it to death.
Oh, it's such a it's a beautiful model, beautiful sculpt, really surprisingly sturdy too, which was interesting. That was actually a kind of a concern of mine, was when I first saw the model, like I was worried that the lightning was going to be way too fragile and it was just going to break apart anytime I tried to move it, but it's engineered really well.
It is. I still wouldn't want to drop it or anything, but it is sturdy.
Oh, absolutely. I have dropped mine. It's not fun. Don't do it. Cannot recommend. 0 out of 10. Instructions unclear. Dick caught in a ceiling fan. Like, not a good time. It was that day I was actually working on putting everything into the A case that Marsala had gotten for me, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to lay everything out, and one of the metal sheets just fell over off the table, and I watched as my Void Dragon, a couple Doomstalkers, I think, what else fell? My Vargard Oberon was just shattered. Like, just completely gone. It was such a bad day.
Ave Maria intensifies.
I saw it happened all in slow motion. I saw it fall, and the only thing that was playing in my head was, oh god, what was the song?
Like I said, Ave Maria.
Ave Maria, yeah, that's a good one. It's the one from Saturday Night Live skit where everybody shoots each other.
Ooh, what you say?
Yeah, ooh, what you say? It hurt so bad. I spent the whole night trying to fix models and clean everything up. But yeah, like I said, Oberon was gone just completely. There was no real hope left for Oberon, so I am just gonna wind up kit bashing my own custom one at this point because resin sucks, and I don't feel like buying another, craptastic Forge World model, or not Forge World, but Citadel fine crap. It's not in my list of things I would rather do.
I will say though that the Relic Contemptor, it isn't normal for so many Forge World models to just kind of feel finicky and not really have the perfect looking mold, and sometimes have mold slippage.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, no, that's
pretty normal.
This sucks.
The thing, it's because a lot of these models, or the fine cast, were all from the metal model range.
Yep.
When they transferred over to resin, they used the same molds, like the same master molds and everything. Mm-hmm. And because they didn't build new ones, there was a lot of errors in these things. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of errors and issues with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's really just no getting around it, which is most unfortunate. But I'll tell you, recasts have gotten better and better each year. I've put together several recasts, and every single one of them has been a better experience than the actual Forge World models themselves.
And then that's actually starting to terrify me. What if recasts get to a point of being so good that they start passing and official Forge World models are the ones starting to be rejected because people start thinking that they're the, quote, recast because of how bad quality they are?
Yeah.
Actually, I can kind of answer that. At the Warhammer stores, every manager was given sort of carte blanche to decide whether or not they were going to allow Forge World because of recast. So they just left it up to the managers to make up their own minds whether or not wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
I know of at least one store that said no. Mostly because the people who were bringing in Titans to work on, and there was just resin dust everywhere, which is not good. After that, he basically just said no Forge World whatsoever. Kind of covered all bases. Others, they didn't do that, so you can use Forge World. If it happens to be recast, and so be it. There's not much they can do.
No, not really. And that's the thing. Like, you get a lot of these good recasts, and they, one, can be better than the Forge World one that we talked about, and two, once you get paint on them, you're never going to be able to tell.
To that end, hey, Ikelos.
Yeah.
Could you link me some of these recasting places in private, maybe? I got you.
You
got me, fam?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome.
You can thank McNaughtykins for one of them, because he showed up and was like, oh, hey, this is a great place to buy from. And I was like, okay, I see you. So this thing right here, this Contemptor Dread, this is not official Forge World. This is a recast.
Let's take a look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks way better than my official Forge World, not GW, Forge World Relic Contemptor.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurts. That hurts a lot to say, because I paid a pretty penny for that Relic Contemptor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of I had to do so much cleaning up on the goddamn thing.
Yup. That's how it is with Forge World. The only legitimate, or I own two legit Forge World models. I own the Tombstalker for Necrons, and I own the Sentry Pylon. And those are the only two legitimate Forge World models I own. My Seraptic Heavy Construct, that's a recast. My Pylon that I did have but got rid of because I hated the damn thing, that was a recast too.
I'm not exactly sure if I have a Contemptor Achilles Dreadnought, which was a gift for me for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
I also have a Telemon Heavy Dreadnought. What?
Telemons. I fought
what?
those.
They're also getting 20-point reduction.
They are.
Oh, nice. But I'm not sure if these are recasts or not, but their quality is substantially higher than the Relic Contemptor, and that makes me wonder if they are recasts, because they are really high quality.
Nice.
Now that is kind of one way you can tell if the quality of it is better than Forge World. It's probably a recast.
Yeah, most likely. And that's the other thing too, is like a lot of like tournaments around here especially, they don't care if you come in with 3D printed models or recasts or anything like that. What they care about is, okay, is the model an adequate substitute for whatever it is you're trying to use, and is it of like size, and is it on the same base? That's all that most tournament players are going to care about.
Well, I mean, the Relic Contemptor is most certainly an official Forge World model,
right?
Because it's also fucking tiny.
It's so
I never realized how small Relic Contemptors were until I built this one, and they're just so small. Yeah. Like you put a Relic Contemptor next to a Redemptor, and it's like the thing's basically a fucking Terminator to compare to the fucking Redemptor.
Yeah, and Redemptor is a heckin' chunk of a dreadnought, for sure.
It is a chonker of a dreadnought, and I love it so much. The thing is also insanely fun to pose too.
Well, fortunately, I'm going to get to experience that with our charity stream, because we have a Relic Contemptor Dreadnought as part of the Space Marine list for giving away, so...
Nice.
I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to experience a lot of Space Marines, more than I probably ever want to in my life, but hey, you know?
Well, at least you're going to be putting together some of the good models, such as a Redemptor, and hopefully some other things.
And more importantly, it's all going to be for a good cause.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
I am realizing that I'm going to have to do some modifications to my Primaris Chaplain on bike before I actually start painting him, because I have him not like doing his sitting pose like he's doing, where he's like sit, stand, and everything. I actually have him riding it, because I like cut the parts apart and then green stuffed them back together, so he's actually properly like sitting in his bike, like driving it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's always good to rework kits. I did a conversion on Tomb Blades a while back, like a long time ago, where I made them look like they were actual bikes, not whatever GW put out.
Things I'm going to have to change is like the direction that the straps on his
Azula, thank you for the lurk.
Thing. What is that called again? The thing he beats people with.
His weapon.
Yeah.
Sim, you're gonna know more about that than I will.
Which model?
Chaplains. What is that?
Crozius Arcanum.
The Crozius Arcanum. Yes, the straps on the bottom of it, I'm going to need to change the direction so it looks like it's like flowing in the wind. And the same thing with the purity seals on his back. I'm going to have to change their direction as well.
Yeah.
The strap on mine just broke off. I need to glue it back on.
Nickel for every time I had that problem. Just keep shooting, kid. Let's see. Job share. I own a single Krieg Rider, a single Krieg heavy weapons team, and some Death Shroud Terminators and Mortarion. I'm very heavily on the fence about buying anything more. Look, I'll tell you, as somebody who has a rather extensive backlog right now, don't buy anything more. Now, I'll tell you, as an avid hobbyist and enjoyer of this game, buy more. Don't listen to me, though. I'm a bad influence. I'm a terrible influence.
As a GW employee, I say buy as much as you can all the time.
Oh, see, if a GW employee is giving the official endorsement, don't buy anything.
As a regular old citizen, yeah, don't buy too much.
That is pretty sus. With regards to Forge World, I mean, I don't plan on buying anything generally for a bit. Yeah, so I would like to get at least one more Contemptor Dread for my Thousand Suns, but I don't really see myself wanting anything else Forge World. Now, if they come out with a plastic version of the Tombstalker, oh, you bet. You bet I'm going to buy that, but I really doubt that's going to happen. I'd say that if I didn't buy some Corrupted Guard from the Blackstone Fortress box online at like 4 a.m. Oh my god, job share. Do we need to have an intervention? We need to have one with McNaughtykins. McNaughtykins has every army under the sun at this point. What about you guys? Like, Chris, I know you have a whole, like, just butt ton of armies. What about you?
As far as...
Like, how many things do you actually have?
Okay, so I have Custodes. About 7,000 points of Custodes, 1,000 of Eldari, around 5,000 World Eaters, around 5,000 to 6,000 Salamanders.
Mm-hmm.
About 2,100 to 2,200 of White Scars.
That's a lot
keeping
of
that
White
very
Scars.
split down. And then I have about 2,000 points, maybe 2,200 something of Tau.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I have
So many points.
the AOS armies of Fire Slayers, Illumineth, and Ideneth,
Jeez.
and Stormcast. Sorry, 4 armies.
Why? Why so many?
Except for the Ideneth, those were just meant to be allies to my Illumineth army.
Mm-hmm.
But with the new box set coming out for Fire Slayers and Ideneth, I might get that. Just bulk up both those armies that I have.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to get out of Sigmar. I'm trying to get rid of my Sylvanet, though. Azula, yeah. I'm good. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. And what about you, Talon? How many armies and models do you have sitting in the backlog?
I have 2,000 points of painted and fully built Necrons with about 500 to 750 points unbuilt and unpainted. Almost all of that was just gifted to me. Actually, like everything that I have Necron-wise, with the exception of the Chronomancer, the Void Dragon, was gifted to me.
Nice. It's always good when you don't have to actually spend money on the hobby.
Indeed. I've got about 2,000 points of Space Marines, somewhere around the range of maybe 2,250 to 2,500 because of all the extra things that I'm not going to be using.
Mm-hmm.
I've got exactly 2,250 points of Adeptus Custodes, and that's simply because of how expensive the jet bikes have become.
True.
I have...
Sim, you would know something about that, huh?
What?
I have somewhere around the number of 750 to 1,000 points of Eldar, and about 250 to 500 points of Dark Eldar, somewhere around there. Which means that if I wanted to do a Yannari army, I could easily have about 2,000 points. But there's a few models I need to do to make that complete.
Real quick, job sure. If you're giving them away, sure, I'll take 51 Chaos Marines.
Yeah, right.
Cool. And then, finally, 2,000 points of...
And his name is John C.
Azula, what's your question?
Oh, sorry.
Vol 2K points. Yeah. Thank you for the John Cena alert.
No, Azula asked, on lunch break, do you want me to bring heat
Oh,
up?
yeah. I said I was okay. I was good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's the wifey. She's wonderful, and I love her.
But yeah, Knights, Space Marines, Necron,
So many different things.
Eldar, Dark Eldar, and Custodes. Those are the armies that I've currently got.
Wow.
With me, and that's probably all the armies that I'm probably going to have for a while.
I don't blame you. That's a lot to keep track of at any given time. I'm over here like, oh yeah, no, let me just go ahead and do one thing at a time, and eventually I'll get good with it by the time the next 3 codexes drop. Because right now I've only got, well, I say only, but I've got probably close to like 11,000 points of Necrons. So if anybody wants to do Apocalypse, I got that. I've got a little over 2,000 points for my Thousand Suns, but again, most of that's unbuilt. I've got a fully painted Anonymous Cheer. Thank you for the bits. Word of Warning sent there a decent number of Khorne Berserkers in there. They all look like they're about to trip over.
I have a World Eaters army, so the more Berserkers, the better.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got 2,000 some odd points of T-Suns. I've got a full 2,000 point list of Sylvaneth that is actually fully painted. Like I said, I'm trying to get rid of those because I don't actually like Sigmar all that much. We've got the 2,000 points of Space Marines that we're going to be painting for the charity stream. We've got a little under 2,000 points, I think, for Azula's Tyranids. And she has a bunch of squigs, too. Like, probably 2,000 points worth of Gloomspite gets. If I were to guess, I don't know how the points conversions work entirely in Sigmar, so...
It's roughly the same.
Yeah. There's so much to keep track of, though.
Forget half the armies I have often not. Like, I didn't even include my Lord of the Rings, all this Aeronautica stuff that I recently sold off.
Oh yeah, you were into Aeronautica for a little bit, too.
Yeah.
You still doing Titanicus?
Oh yeah, I've got, God, I probably got about 9 or 10 Titans for that. Just as many Knights. Two of them are Warlord Titans.
Damn.
What else?
I'm actually going to be working on painting one of those for a commission, too. Coming up.
Nice.
That's going to be a rough one, though. I've never painted Titanicus models before, and they have a lot of little details on there. Even better, those Marines are all Khorne red, and I've painted a decent chunk of the filigree, albeit they're not perfect. I was painting them as World Eaters. Oh, that's perfect.
If you don't want them, I'll take them.
Yeah, you do have the World Eaters army, don't you?
5,000 points. I only have 80 Berserkers, so I need more.
Well, there you go. I think that about does it for you.
Only 80 Berserkers.
Only,
my
the man says.
My goal is to be able to do a 2,000 point tournament with nothing but Berserkers, just sort of waiting until they get 2 wounds.
And here we have in this exhibit of the Smithsonian 3000 Delta Rewards Plus program, a miniature painter waiting for 2 wounds to happen on Khorne Berserkers. Preserved perfectly.
The day that 2 wounds happen on Chaos Space Marines is when everything starts doing, when the standard weapon does 2 damage.
That's when things are about to get extremely Goofy. Yuck.
No metal, no metal.
What?
Jobster said there are 2 metal boys in there as well, Champion and Sorcerer. Yeah, no metal.
No, you don't want to work with metal? Sam, you said you wanted this though. Like I'm feeling like you should give him the metal models and make him do those.
The question would be shipping. That's the
Oh,
true issue.
True.
No, only metal miniatures I have right now are ones that I literally just put together about an hour and a half ago. They're my Rohan Royal Guard for Lord of the Rings. And that's because they don't make them in plastic.
I didn't even know they made metal Lord of the Rings models. Look at that, you learn something new every day.
Actually, for the longest time, almost like half the range was metal. Only the box sets with like standard troops actually were plastic.
Wow.
For the last couple of years, they've been slowly transferring everything over to plastic.
Yeah.
Like Aomir, who I do need for this army, actually just got plastic last year. Yeah, so I've got something like 80 Riders of Rohan, just as many Warriors, which are like the non-horse troops.
Are the beacons lit? Did
Beacons
Gondor
of
call for
Amun.
aid?
Yes. Have about 50 or 60 of the Dead of Dunharrow.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that dead army that comes out of nowhere and does everything. A really good game.
Oh, nice.
The call it the model range. It's literally 3 types of models: King, 2 Heralds, and then the Dead. And you can buy them on horse, so 4 total.
Oh, okay. See, I've never played the Lord of the Rings. Wow, I am just having bad memory problems today. Yeah, I've never played the Lord of the Rings game. I have never honestly had much of an interest in it, but the models do look really good.
I'll come over one day and we can play a game. I can teach you how. It's fairly simple. It's a skirmish game, so...
Oh, so kind of like Necromunda in a sense?
Yeah, so like... roll for priority, and then I'll move all my troops, and I'm trying to think of how it goes.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna level with you, man. I don't know if I can do another game system. I've got so many different hobbies and stuff right now. I don't know if you guys run into this problem or not, but for me, like, I do Magic the Gathering, I do Warhammer 40k, I do PC gaming. I've got entirely too many different things.
Oh, same here.
And now you guys are trying to get me to do Necromunda. Now, granted, I have a gang that I got for free, but even still, it's a whole nother game system I gotta learn.
I mean, I'm also learning Star Wars Armada, Song of Ice and Fire.
That's too many. I don't know how you do that many games, man.
I'm relearning Magic.
Yeah. Magic isn't too bad. It's just a lot of interactions and reading what the card does.
Yeah, and certain people at in stores want me to get into what's it, Marvel's Crisis Protocol.
Yeah, they're trying to get me into that too, but I don't think I can do it. I might paint up some of the minis for it though, because they are really, really good looking.
Yeah.
What about you, Taylin? What games do you play?
Well, besides Warhammer 40k and the tabletop realm, I kind of like Shadowrun, and I also like Dungeons and Dragons. When it comes to the larger spectrum of hobbies that I have, I am very big on video games. My absolute favorite is Monster Hunter.
Oh, nice. Which one?
I'm currently playing Rise, but my favorite still has to be Generations Ultimate.
That's fair. I was really big into Monster Hunter World when that dropped, and my friends keep trying to get me to play Rise, but I'm like, I can't get it right now.
I mean, it's on PC now, and it comes with all the current DLC that is available on Switch, and the new DLC that's about to come out. here in a couple of months is also going to be launched simultaneously on PC. So if you were actually going to get into Rise, now's a good time to do so.
That's fair. To answer your question, Jobsher, I'm a weeb, okay? I play dual blades as my main and then longsword as my secondary. So everybody hates me most of the time. Most of the time. Because I'm just draining everybody else's stamina.
I will gladly welcome a dual blades user, maybe not a longsword user though.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad about that. That's just perfectly logical.
Me, I like using switch axe, charge blade, insect glaive, and bow.
Oh, nice. So you're getting all the mounting digs. You're gonna be up in that monster's business. What about you, Jobsher? What do you like to use? Oh man.
Again, we've been to the portion of the stream that I have no clue what you all are talking about.
We got to get you on more stuff, man.
I literally just mentioned the games I'm playing, and you said no more.
Oh yeah, no more like tabletop, but like switch axe and hunting horn. Nice. Isn't it always great when you have to sharpen your hunting horn? We like to just say that we're tuning our strings at that point.
But human horn.
I feel like we're kind of venturing into not safe for work territory there, my guy.
It's from Futurama, don't you remember?
I don't. I'm sorry. I failed you yet again, Starscream. For the first time, for the last time.
I know, that's from Futurama.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, it was sort of not safe for work, but it's still funny.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Where is my address? There it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and apply this wash onto these tusks. And then we'll probably go ahead and go to break after that. And when we come back, hopefully... Well, no, I still got so much work to do on that centerpiece. I don't know if I'm getting this done on stream today, to be honest with you. This disc is a lot more work than I thought it would be, if I'm being honest with you guys. It's hurting me with all the trim and the tusks. So many tusks. I've stabbed myself on this thing several times already. I don't know, do you guys have any models that you've accidentally stabbed yourself on?
All of them?
All of them?
Actually, I literally impaled myself earlier, the spear, or the sword on this Theoden.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't hurt or anything, but it was like stuck to me, just swinging there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not...
It just happened an hour ago.
Not related to 40k, but I have stabbed myself with a very sharp plastic piece from a perfect grade Exia.
I would absolutely believe that. Exia has a lot of little pointy parts. God, perfect grade Exia. Such a good perfect grade. You know what perfect grade was super disappointing to me though, Thielen? The Astray red frame.
Yeah, that was during their time where they thought, why don't we just upscale master grades?
Yeah. Didn't go well. They tried though, and I guess that counts for something? Maybe? I don't know. These tusks. I'm trying to make them look like actual tusks, and I don't know, I feel like I'm not quite getting it down. I don't know, Sim, Taylin, do you guys have any input? For tusks or like bones?
Okay, so it's hard to see with the kind of contrast that's coming off your webcam, but it does look like it's a good start. Maybe add like, contrast paint wise, for me personally, like to just kind of give them a little bit of character. Like on the bases of them, I'd add like some kind of flesh tony stuff, and then do some more white highlights. But that's me.
So maybe like some Reichland flesh shade or something towards the base, and then build up the ivory highlight.
Yeah, that's what I'd do anyway.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
Plus, they're going to stay mostly white until you get to the base, and you're going to have a little bit of like, red or yellowization. It's going to vary from
thing to thing.
Yeah, like brown to black to yellow, whatever they happen to be.
Yeah. Okay, that should work then.
In this case, I think like you're saying Reichland should work.
All right, yeah, I'll give that a shot then. Or like Gilliman flesh.
Gilliman flesh would also work, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to let this dry, and we are going to go ahead and go to our break. No, it's fair, Ray. I appreciate the lurk. So it is 2:41. Let's go ahead and come back at 3 o'clock on the dot. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll see you all in a little bit then. Enjoy your break. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Give everybody a minute to shuffle back in here.
Hello.
There's a SimCity. And I'm still nomming on some lunch, so I'm going to go ahead and flop over to your cam, and everybody can take a look at what you're working on over there.
Okay. Still working on the 2 variants for my King Theoden. Basically, it's just with helmet, without. What ended up happening is I got a hold of a couple different sets of the Battle for Pelennor Fields box set.
Right.
Well, I've got a couple different versions that I made. Right now, I'm just adding in the highlighting.
Okay.
Trying to get that water down mixture right.
I got you. I also see some cobblestones over there.
Yeah, those are the ones that I worked on the other day and basically said, nope, no more, not going to do this.
Well, at least you have some to use now, right?
That's pretty much it right there. And if it looks really good on my models, I might go ahead and do more.
Yeah. I'm liking that that red that you got going on there. Is that Mephiston?
Yeah, just Mephiston. Just highlighting up.
Mephiston's a good pigment. It's a little rough to work with, but I enjoy it quite a bit. Works well.
Oh yeah, no, I use it for a chunk of my armies.
Oh yeah, I've been using it on that Sister's Knife that I've been working on.
Oh yeah. Actually, I want to say I've gone through the last 4 years. Probably go through a bottle every 6 months.
Yeah. So it's frequent use. You get your mileage out of it.
Yeah. In fact, I remember one time I had completely run out and was working on a same hand army, which is all Mephiston red essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I called you up and asked if you had any. You had like half a bottle.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll buy you a brand new one and drive over real quick because you lived closer at the time.
Yep.
Just to get a half a bottle of Mephiston red.
Well, to be fair, from where you're at, it's like 30 minutes to get to civilization in any one direction, so...
I mean, the closest game store to me is actually only about minutes away.
Yeah.
That's up in, the next town up. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Also, Jobster, that's a great question.
What is the most paint? For me, it's going to be Lead Belcher. I've gone through more Lead Belcher than I can care to admit.
That's fair.
Then Mephiston, and then I would say Wraithbone. Do a lot of contrast.
Yeah, I have found myself going through a bit more contrast than usual. But for my Necrons, my most used paint was the Scale Color Black Metal. I've gone through 7 or 8 bottles of those. It's a lot. But that's what gives me, you know, the metallic. Because of how I am in the hobby, most of my paints are first pot, but I'm only on my second Mournfang Brown, Lead Belcher, and Rackhearth Flash. Yeah, there's always going to be one paint that you're going to go through more than anything as your primary color on your army.
So, since y'all can see my screen...
Yeah. That'll do it.
On.
Oof. Do you just recycle these bottles? Oh gods, is he still grabbing more? Weird flex, but okay.
So... what I do is I rinse them out, clean them.
Yeah.
I've got basically free pots to make my own mixtures in.
Dude. I could use a couple of those.
I can only spare about 30 or 40.
Only.
Only.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I know times are tough. The economy, it's in shambles.
Yeah, so I've got them all cleaned out, ready to go. We need to make like a weird mixture. So far, I've only made 2.
Yeah.
One was for the Nihilic Oxide mix that I was doing for one commission I did.
Yep.
The other one was called Mark's Marine Juice. Somebody had...
That sounds a little terrifying, I'm not gonna lie.
It was just a mixture that somebody had done for White Scars.
Oh, okay. I still feel like the phrasing on that could have been a bit better, you know? I think we should probably, honestly, have a serious sit-down conversation about bringing phrasing back into the loop.
I don't think... I think we're okay. That's fine.
Teddy, listen, this is important, okay?
What's wrong, Bob?
I'm just saying, like, phrasing should be a thing. Like, I don't know why we stopped saying phrasing.
Well, what's phrasing? I don't get it. I mean, is that something I can do, or what? I'll hop out of anything here.
Okay, Teddy. Just stay over there in the corner and look whatever a Teddy looks like. I don't think I've seen you in as much pain from a hobby point as you were during that commission. Which commission? The Illuminor Xeris for Marsala, or...
Or are you talking about me?
Oh, yeah, you with the Thousand Suns, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was painful.
Yeah, Sam, yep. Yeah, you were having such a rough time with those. And I don't really blame you, like, sitting down and even painting them for myself, I'm enjoying the experience. It's a great learning tool for me to paint something outside of my normal realm of comfort and grow and learn new skills with that. But it is a lot. The Thousand Suns have so many little details that need to be filled in. And if you, like, you can skimp on a couple of them, but honestly, if you do, the models just don't look as complete, you know?
Exactly.
So it's hard to find that balance for them. Now, do I think that you can skimp on something like Thousand Suns in certain areas? Absolutely. But an army like Sisters of Battle, no. No, you either paint them to completion, or you lie down, try not to cry a lot. You know what I'm saying?
There's, unless you pick like a solid color, black,
Yeah.
or you know, and sisters are extremely difficult to paint.
They really are. And honestly, I don't even want to say difficult. Like, if someone were to hand me an individual Sisters of Battle model, I would be like, yeah, I'll absolutely paint this individual for you.
Yeah, exactly. Not a problem.
But you hand me a squad of 12 sisters and say, hey, I want all of these to look the same and the same level as this one individual? No. No.
Well, it took me a week and a half to paint this one model, so you can expect that for all of these. So you'll see your army in about 6 months.
Yeah. Well, you're probably going to see my Thousand Sons around that time. Probably even longer. Hell, it may take me the whole year to actually get these guys done. And by then, we're going to be staring down a new edition, so...
At the current rate of... Let's come out with a new edition. I think we still got about another 2 years.
You think? You think 2 years before we get a new one?
Yeah. So this one was 2020. Yeah, I'm thinking another 2 years at least.
That's fair. Let's see. If the effort and difficulty of painting a mini equals 1, adding more models to that under the expectation of the same paint scheme, this is not an addition, it is multiplication. Yes. And things are getting out of hand real quick. I had a guy who wanted to ask me about commissioning 50 Skitarii, just the regular Skitarii infantry, and I was like, listen man, I can't do that. That's not gonna be feasible or reasonable, and I can't do that without charging you way more than what is reasonable because of the sheer amount of time that it would take. Yeah, Skitarii are one of those armies, you go hard or you go home. But man, I've seen some people do some gorgeous work on those models, though.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm staying away from mission work for a while.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about the game we played yesterday.
We did. So Sim and I played 2,000 points. Let's see. Jobster says, I will admit that my gut response was a little inappropriate. No offense to that person, but my brain just went, lol, no. The thought alone hurts my head. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yesterday's game, we played 2,000 points. It was Krons versus Custodes at the RTT level. We did try out one of the new missions as best as we could. I enjoyed the mission, frankly. I thought that was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I mean, pretty good mission as far as that went.
Yeah. But I will say that... So, I'll let you explain how this went down.
I got my proverbial head bashed in by the Necrons. So, setting up, had the diagonal map, fairly even. Both kind of set up to the lines, to the deployment lines.
Mm-hmm.
You got your 6-inch pregame move.
Yep.
You got to go first.
I did get first turn.
I did. Everything else was fairly out of range for charging, which was great. And the one thing that could charge, you did actually get, except that I played my Tanglefoot Grenade, which subtracts 2 inches from the total distance.
Yep.
So it puts you just out of charge. Our next turn comes up, and move everything to within an inch of you. So all my bikes, my dreadnought, everything was just right in your face.
Oh yeah, it was there.
All my missiles, shooting at those Scorpex, out all but what was it, one model?
For one squad, yeah.
Yeah.
Kronstodes, yeah.
So I managed to almost wipe out an entire Scorpex squad just in shooting. Then I charged in.
And that's when everything went wrong.
Blade Champion fought first, and then you interrupted.
I did, of course, because I'm always going to interrupt if I can.
Now, I was really hoping you would go after my Dreadnought. It is, a very powerful thing. You instead went after my jet bikes.
Well, yeah, it's threat assessment.
See, up against these Scorpex, I had the Blade Guard, I had Aegis, Dreadnought, 2 regular Custodian Guards, and 3 bikes. And this should have been more than enough to wipe them out.
Should have.
When you interrupted, went right after the bikes and wiped out all of them. There was just no save.
No.
So the Dreadnought and the 2 Guard were not enough. Because the Blade Champion only took out 1 Scorpec, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it was only 1.
And then making all the rest of my attacks, unfortunately, most of those took out one of your Chronomancers. I took out 2 Wraiths.
Yep.
Did some damage to the Void Dragon and to the Silent King.
You actually did damage to the Void Dragon on an Overwatch, too.
I rolled 3 6s for that. That was
that was hilarious.
With salvo launchers, which are melted weapons.
Yeah.
Theoretically, I could have killed it outright. All 3 of those right there.
I mean, assuming I don't lose the 3 wounds in the phase, of course, but...
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like...
Yeah. Anything else would have been just dead.
So, you managed to bring back... I don't even know how many... we call it, like, Wraiths you brought back.
Yep.
The lone Scorpec. Didn't kill it. One of my jet bikes. It came back. It managed to, like, you brought one back for it.
Yep.
It was your turn. And you... me.
And then all the custodies started collectively singing, na 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 na. We're completely fucked, completely fucked. We're completely fucked. Like that, that's just...
Yeah, essentially, you got all your attacks back and managed to wipe out a good chunk of my army just from burning attacks.
Uh-huh.
And it was your turn. Fell back your Scorpex. Then just
spent
shot
the command point to allow them to charge again, too.
There's nothing left to charge. You just shot everything.
Yep.
And everything was gone over there. I think in the end, I managed to deep strike my Terminators in. They charged, made the charge against the Silent King. What else?
They did do a couple of wounds to him.
I killed the Menhirs.
Yes.
Got rid of those. And otherwise, no. And since I had to fight last with them, I think killed 2 of them, killed all the sisters.
I did do that. That did happen.
All I had left was 2 Terminators, and they did, like, kill the other men here, and then did 1 wound on the Silent King.
Yeah, it was a little rough. But I will say that you did have a lot of abilities that I had to start thinking about how to play around, though.
I think the biggest problem is I went too heavy on the I have to kill your Silent King.
Yeah.
Interrupt was definitely where it like the whole game just changed right there.
Yeah, because I was able to, 1, properly assess the threat that the jet bikes posed, 2, target them, make sure that my Scorpex deleted them, and then from there it was just like, okay, and we're going to clean sweep the rest of it.
When we rolled for theory afterwards, just to see what would happen, my bikes would have killed 4 of your Scorpex.
Yeah, would have left the squad very crippled.
You would have had 2 left, which my 2 Guardians and the Dreadnought could have easily taken care of.
Absolutely.
And I could have focused down everything else.
Yep.
Oh, that one thing right there is what did it. Oh, yeah.
It was a turning point of the game for sure.
It was only the second, or still the first turn.
Now, I will say the primaries in this format were pretty good. I mean, we talked about the new game types on Tuesday's stream, And I like both of them, personally. I like both of the maps. I really do want to try the... Not the secure artifacts, because that's the one that we did. What's the other one called? I can't remember what the other one's called. But I really do want to try that one on the next go-around.
Well, yeah, that one focuses a bit more on just kill each other.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm back, and sadly, I actually can't stick around for very long. Got a few things I need to go take care of, but
Hey,
I wanted to at least say hello and goodbye before I left.
All right. Au revoir. Have fun taking care of the rest of your stuff, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
Yeah, like I said, I think I just focused a little bit way too heavily on gotta kill the Silent King.
Yeah, I think you kind of fell for the distraction Carnifex in that sense there.
Yeah.
Because he's really, like, he is good, don't get me wrong, but he is really kind of more of a support unit.
What it is, my new secondaries that I can take, gives me 15 points if I can kill him.
Right.
And when you're playing to the objectives, that's what I had to do.
That's true. That's true.
I could have held off, you know, really just gone after your troops, just focused on them, got rid of them, and had 3 turns to go after the Silent King.
Yeah. That would have been possible.
Give me like 1 minute. I have to go remember what bases I used for these Rohan guys.
Yeah, you're good. I'm just over here working on the disc. We're getting so close to being done with this Infernal Master, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for it. I still have a little ways to go, don't get me wrong, but we're getting closer to the end of this one, and that means we can start the next project. Maybe not today, but it is... I do want to get these all painted. Like, I will have all 2,000 points, like, fully painted and ready to go, because I want this to be my secondary army. And I love the look of these guys, and I want to make them pop on the battlefield. So I'm going to take my time with them. I'm not going to rush with it. Welcome back.
Hello?
You there?
Okay, so, yeah, it looks like I just used Sterling Mud for this. I don't know if I actually have any of that.
Dropshire says the secondary effect of any big model, presence. You just see the menacing things come up over top of it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay, so I do have Sterling Mud.
Oh, do you now?
But when I grabbed my Theoden model, the one that's on the horseback, it did not paint it anything like the one that I have afoot.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
I have to go back and kind of fix that.
I really want to get this disc done, and then I think we'll look at Workbench and what have you. Because once I get the disc done, this model is honestly mostly done.
When you get the what done?
The disc?
The disc done?
Yeah.
That 3 times fast.
No, probably sound and probes.
It doesn't. It's just done. Disc done. Can't do it.
Struggle.
Done. Disc done. Disc done. There we go.
Okay. Now let's get some Gilliman flesh. Crack that open. And let's see how this works out with this. Oh, that is a good color. Yep, I'm liking this.
Gilliman flesh is sort of a mix between Reichland and Agrax. Not quite red like Reichland, and it's not quite brown like Agrax.
Yeah. No, I like this. This is working perfectly. I appreciate the suggestion, Taylin. My only problem is that there are a lot of tusks on this disc. So So this is what's honestly gonna take the longest, I feel. Unless I just try to speed paint it, which is entirely possible. If it's anything, I'm feeling the grind of the new year, new army. I'm having a ball with basing all of your cabal, but the painting has become really grindy. Yeah. Yeah, and it's bound to get that way too, especially when you have, you know, detailed, intricate models. You're kind of just like, God, this is so grindy. But it does pay off, and honestly, just take your breaks. Take your breaks when you need to. Don't burn yourself out on it. It's the best advice I can ever give on this hobby, I feel.
I mean, that's why we do a break after, you know, like 2 hours or so of streaming.
Yep.
Because we just need to stop.
Yeah. Okay. I am excited to actually get Thousand Suns on the tabletop at some point. I just don't know when that's going to be.
That's why I wish you would assemble them so we could at least play a game.
But I can't paint them properly if I just assemble them. You know?
I know. It's... Wish you could.
Learning how to paint messily and block stuff in later rather than be super... Yeah, and that's effectively what I'm doing right now is I go back, I clean things up, block things in. It was suggested to me by a couple other people I know who paint Thousand Suns or have painted them to prime the model in whatever trim color you want the trim to be. And then just block in, just like I'm doing here. And that has helped significantly.
That's how I normally do it. The exception with the commission I did, I really couldn't do that because the color that was required, the only way to really get it without having to like mix and match all these different colors,
Yeah.
is to spray paint it white or wraith bone or whatever, contrast it, use the nihilic oxide mixture in that color, then do all the trim afterwards.
Yeah.
Why then have to spray paint it in gold, then block in with white paint, and go back with mixture afterwards.
Yeah.
Is like double the time.
I mean, you don't want to make the process any more complicated than it needs to be. Honestly, you're looking forward to painting 40k again when you're done with this army. You love fantasy, but you're on that sci-fi kick right now. I feel you, considering we're, you know, headed towards a cyberpunk dystopia, you know, society at this point. But, nah, man, sci-fi, 100%. Like, fantasy is cool, and it makes for, you know, good painting and good models. But I like the sci-fi over-the-top, ridiculous aspect of it all. You know? Why can't we live in a sexier dystopia? Yeah, right? Must be nice to have dystopia on your side.
It's like my RoboCop joke. In the original RoboCop, filmed it on sets in LA, presented a sort of dystopian Detroit. And for the reboot, they just went ahead and filmed it in Detroit.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if it works.
And that's the joke, but at the same time, not quite a joke.
Yeah. Don't quite know if that's kosher.
I mean, yes, it is a joke, but there's a lot of issues with Detroit and, for example, Flint, Michigan. The water.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a bad situation still.
Only place I know that has worse water is where I live.
Yeah, Bealton was, gods.
I'm still buying bottled water because you can't drink the water.
Nope.
Legally, you can.
But you probably shouldn't.
I I say legally, I mean that finally you got the water level to legal levels.
Yep.
Like how we compare 13th century Britain to modern day Glasgow.
Yeah.
As a person of Scottish ancestry, yeah, you're right.
Can't argue facts. Facts are facts, America. Alright, Bright Ivory. We're going to come in for final highlight. I hope it's a final highlight. I really doubt it is, because I'm probably going to screw something up, but...
If you've ever heard of the comedian, his name is Danny Boy.
Are the pipes calling for him?
In this case, yes. He's a Scottish stand-up comedian. He has some of the best jokes. One of them was, he's like, bagpipes. Missing link between sound and noise.
That's fair. As someone of Irish heritage, I can confirm that's true.
And one other joke he had was like, oh, canapes, I love canapes. Canapes is the French word for hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
He does that look where it's like, realizing, oh, this is also French.
Yeah. You're like, wait a minute. Oh, this highlighting. It's killing me.
You say that this is the highlight of your day?
I mean, like, if you don't want to live to see tomorrow, I mean, I can make that happen.
What we need is a sound effect of a door closing and somebody walking away.
Right.
Damn.
You good?
This putty that I use to fill in large things,
Yeah.
knights and other stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't close the bag all the way, so it dried front.
Oh, no.
You can hear crinkling sounds. That's me just pulling away all the dry parts.
I do, in fact, hear crinkling.
Sorry about that, everybody.
No, you're fine.
I have to get down to the cheater middle.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is after I get these highlights in here, go over the entire thing with Gilliman Flesh one more time. And that should give me the exact look that I want. Alright guys, this is the section of the show where I usually get a little bit quieter because I'm usually pretty focused on trying to do edge highlighting. Because this is a bit of a chore. Only a little bit though. I don't know, what's your experience with edge highlighting?
I just did a bunch on these guys, and over time you kind of find techniques to speed it up.
Yeah.
And where you look at it and go, nobody will notice that.
Right. I'm not gonna worry about it. Should be fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's not fine. Everything's not fine.
I'll post these models in Workbench
Do it.
so I get the picture down. It requires me putting putty into these slot bases.
Alright. Gilliman Flesh, you are on deck. Let's do you some work.
Fast.
Kegfest, you finished your first game of Tyranids against Salamanders. It came to my Broodlord going against Huston turn 4. Nice. So who won overall? Who took that W?
Salamanders. Please say Salamanders. Come on.
Please say Tyranids.
Hey.
Salamanders. Ah, damn. What was the final score, Kankfist? Did you give him indigestion on the way down?
53 to 52.
33-52. Oh, that was a close game. Close game. What did you take in your NID list? Kind of curious. It was 1K, 20 Gene Stealers, a Broodlord, a Moloch, and 2 Carnifexes. How did the Moloch do? I'm interested to know. Because I haven't seen a whole lot of Molochs being taken as of late. Though supposedly they are pretty good. Moloch was awful.
They got nerfed a little while back with something.
Did they? What did they get nerfed with?
I don't remember. I just remember hearing about it. So a lot of people stopped taking them.
Alright, well, good to know that it was awful. Yeah, isn't it like if you pop up with it, if you like do its deep strike thing, you can't charge or do anything else?
Yeah, but there's other units that can come up with it.
Right.
That can. Think.
Okay.
Basically, it's tunneling, so you can have like Gene Stealers or something running behind it.
Interesting. And I know when it pops up, it's supposed to do like mortal wounds to everything around it.
Oh, well, there's the Moloch, and then there's another one that comes in the box.
The Trigon Prime?
Yeah, the Trigon. Both of them can do mortal wounds when it pops up. It tunnels through. I just can't remember which one.
Yeah. Welcome back, McNaughtykins. Hope you guys enjoyed your breaks. Yep, you rolled 2 1s for mortal wounds. Oof. Big oof. Can we get an F in the chat for Kankfist Moloch rolling 1s on mortal wounds? We did already take our break, yep. We did, in fact, do that.
What's the point of the F? Is that...
It's a meme. I'll tell you when you're older.
It wasn't condescending at all.
I'm sorry, McNaughtykins. I'm sorry. I know I'm bad about messages. I'm really bad about it. Sim, can you please remind me to message McNaughtykins when we're done here?
Okay, as long as you remind me to remind you to message McNaughtykins.
I mean, I'll do my damnedest. Okay. I think we got all the tusks. I'll avoid the pooling there. Inside here. I know, I'm a scrub, McNaughtykins. I'm sorry. I failed you yet again. The space is looking so sick.
Oh, speaking of Lord of the Rings and everything, since
Yeah.
I'm working on that, Amazon did announce the name for the new series that's coming out.
Okay.
It is Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. It's supposed to be in the time frame that the rings were actually made.
Okay, so prequel.
Yeah, definitely prequel. I don't know the premise or the plot line and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We know is that it's around the time that the rings were made.
Yeah.
Supposedly when the One Ring was made.
That would be
And
quite some time ago.
Unless they're keeping it... Unless they're keeping it, like, really, really secret.
Which, you know, they could be.
There's no word on GW picking up any of the models stall for the show.
I wouldn't imagine that they would. It's not like Lord of the Rings is like a big draw for GW.
No, it was. Actually, Lord of the Rings made more money than anything else did. But it one of those, it was bubbles.
Right.
So as soon as the movies were done, the bubbles burst, and they were left with nothing.
Yeah.
But it made more money than the company's ever seen at any one given time. So, as far as I know, the deal they had was between the Tolkien estate and New Line Cinema. But this is being presented by Amazon, and it doesn't look like they have the rights to it.
Right. Well, I'm sure that they'll try, though.
I'm sure that they already are. They have been.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is... I mean, I know it's still going to create a resurgence for, like, the Rings. People are going to be, like, looking for the miniatures, ways to play games and stuff, just like with the movies.
Yeah.
I think they're, yes, we have Lord of the Rings. It's not based off the Amazon show, but it's based off the movie, so come on.
Yeah, it's even better.
They're getting free publicity and free everything without paying a dime, so.
Yeah. I have to scrape away this paint bit where the connection joint is, otherwise it's not gonna adhere properly. This is the only problem with doing sub-assemblies, is like you need plastic on plastic for the contact, for the glue. You know?
Yeah. Oh, you can always use super glue.
I mean, you can. Oh, shit. Nope. Come on.
All I can say is right now, GW really kind of needs something, because have you seen their stock price in the last week?
Yeah, it's not looking great.
It has plummeted. It's dropped by almost 30 pounds in the last week alone.
That's not something that props can fix. That's gonna be a little harder to fix. Oh, I forgot to do a non-oil gloss. I need to do that. I'm a scrub.
Need to be TLC, no scrubs.
It's that moment of like, oh shit, I am almost done with the model. Let me try to work as quickly as I can, and you rush and you make mistakes, and that's, I don't know. Do you guys ever get that feeling? I get that feeling. I get that feeling a lot. Right when I'm like nearing the end of the project, I'm ready to be done. All the time, yeah. All the time.
All the time.
Speaking of, where is my non-oil gloss? I had all my paints right. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm like, I cannot have lost another paint. Alright, let's get some non-oil gloss going here. Let's see. Way too often, Kenkfist says, when building my Vestroyans, I was eager to put them away, dropped the entire lot, all of the parts split off, unharmed, but unattached. Oh, jeez. I mean, at least nothing, like, snapped where it shouldn't have, right? Silver linings? Did it again after... Oh, no! See, at that point, I would just be like, okay, I'm done with these for a long time. I'm not touching them for months. I would need to step away from those. All the pieces were fine, but still, yeah. You're just like, you're frustrated that it's happened twice. No, I got you. I just put my hand in paint. Look at that. so much wash. It's a deceptively large amount of wash that you actually need for these things, because you're looking at it and you're like, that's not a lot of surface area. No, it's more than you think. How's your Lord of the Rings coming over there?
Now I'm mostly just letting the texture paint dry.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the pictures, I think once that's dry, I'm going to go back and do a little bit, a couple more highlights on their armor.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're battle ready.
And that's good enough for Lord of the Rings?
That's good enough for me.
Fair enough.
Lord of the Rings does keep to the same standard as, their games and everything. But,
Oh, do they?
yeah.
No.
It is a GW game, so...
Yeah, like, I need you to understand, I'm so, like, not familiar with the game really at all. I know Lord of the Rings, but that's it.
Okay, so Lord of the Rings, GW has 3 main games. 40K, AOS, and Lord of the Rings. Those are the main box sets. Lord of the Rings, unfortunately, because it's never popular unless the movies are going on, only keep a small amount in the stores.
Right.
And a lot of independent retailers don't even stock it unless people play it.
Yeah, or like it's a special order kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is talk about a 4th game to be that's going to have their starter boxes and with 40K you've got your recruit edition, your...
Well, I will say, like, Kill Team seems to be developing a lot again. Like, they seem to be putting a lot into Kill Team at this point.
Yeah, they are. McDonald's might have to go to sleep soon. Hear about that? Yeah, so those are the specialist games. And Lord of the Rings is sort of the quasi... It's a specialist game, but at the same time, it's one of their main box games.
Right.
It just really depends on which movie's coming out. Like I said, there's rumored to be a 4th box where they're going to have like the starter boxes. That and it's supposed to be the Horus Heresy. And
you think they're bringing that back? 30K?
Well, it's supposed to be becoming one of their more mainstream games.
Oh, Kegfist, that was you. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Kegfist commented on one of my pictures that I posted in response to a question and was like, hey, I know those knits. And I was like, who is this?
Posted where?
It was on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know who this is, but I'm glad you like them.
That kind of reminds me of a... so Dropshire says, I have only ever seen a single instance in which we've seen anyone buy the rings from my local GW, this sweet couple in their 70s. Yeah. When the movies are out, it's very popular. When the movies are not going, sort of like, okay.
That's fair.
Oh, sorry, what you were just saying, though, reminded me of a story. My favorite bands back in, like, the 90s was Sister Hazel.
Yeah. Good band.
Not anymore. They've gone, like, so country. It's
Have they?
Not even funny.
I haven't listened to any of their newer stuff.
So
I just know them from the 90s.
Ever since, like, 2010, they've been nothing but country. Anyways, remember, this is, like, 2000, okay?
Okay.
I'm working night shift at a gas station. Managed to buy tickets to see them at a place called the Birchmere. The Birchmere is sort of a dinner theater venue.
Okay.
So it probably doesn't seat more than like 200 people. And you're sitting, at tables. So when you get your seat, you're actually sitting at a dinner table, and they expect you to order food. And so that's where they were playing. So I ended up watching them, and after the show came out and we're signing autographs for everybody.
Right.
They had a table set up and everything. Well, the day before, I went online remember this is like 2000, so you go onto the internet, it's a chore and a half.
Yeah.
Broadband is one of those things rich people have. Your school has the T1, T2, and T3 lines. You do not. So go onto this message board website, Sister Hazel. I kind of explained, like why I love the music, and I'm like, it just speaks to me. It's this and that. So somebody replied a little while later and said, that's exactly what they're going, or what Sister Hazel's going for. Thank you. And it just said KB. It's like, B. It's weird. That's the lead singer's initials.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to the show the next day, it basically explained to them the same exact thing, or to the lead singer. And good night, McNaughtikins.
Night, McNaughtikins. Have a good one.
So as I'm talking to him real quick, I explained to him.
Thanks for hanging out today.
About that post. I was, yeah, that's you. Thank you. He's like, I saw that. Thank you so much. I was like, holy crap. He actually, responded to my thing online. Like I said, this is 2000, so
yeah.
For a famous person to respond to anything online was like
a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool, man. Okay.
The only one I didn't get to meet was the drummer, because he didn't come out. And the guitarist didn't come out, but I was waiting for my cab.
Right.
He was actually walking his grandparents' car.
Oh, really?
As he was walking back to go inside, I just jumped up and was like, I shook his hand and was like, oh, thank you for the show, it was amazing, blah, blah, blah. So, apparently 2 of them are from this area, so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's all country now, don't listen.
Fair enough, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, just a fun little story.
No, cool. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Demon Hunter. They're a Christian metal band, which is weird to say that, but it's true. Yeah. So I myself am not Christian. Full disclosure here, I am not Christian at all. No shade on anybody who is, mad respect, but yeah, Demon Hunter was my shit back in high school. And I got to see them live, and I like to do card tricks too, sometimes. I used to do it a lot when I was in high school. I would do card tricks for everybody. And I brought a deck of cards with me when I went to go see a Demon Hunter, Bless the Fall, As I Lay Dying, and a couple other bands in there too.
Nice.
I went to go see them. I brought a deck of cards with me. I met with Demon Hunter after the show, and I got to actually do some magic tricks for them, and they signed that deck of cards. I still have it. It's it's sitting in one of my storage cubes right now. I'll find it next time. Gregorian chants, and I too am pagan, so I feel you.
I think everybody kind of likes Gregorian chants. I think that's the whole point. Is that
I feel like if you grew up with Halo, you automatically like Gregorian chants.
Yeah.
Oh, this is challenging.
Well, I'll tell you, speaking of Gregorian chants, there was a band back in the late 90s, really late 90s, early 2000s, called Sev. And for a local band, they had actually played the HF Festival. For those who don't know, is one of the large festivals in the DC area. Or it was until UHFS appeared.
Yeah.
Overnight. We're actually getting pretty big. They got signed to Geffen Records, which is also the same record company as Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, Plain Crows, you name it. They did a music video for their hit song. But they were going places. Then, whatever reason, they went to Europe, did the music video there for it, and Pepsi, a new band, showcased their new product.
Okay.
Geffen Records signed off on it and said, we've got a band, we'll just, make the music video and you can use the video for Pepsi. For the band, they drank Pepsi in the commercial, all that stuff. The problem is, TV has exclusive contracts with Coke.
Oh dear.
So they were not able to actually see the music video at the same time that it was being played for Pepsi.
Oh no.
Commercial. So they never got any airplay. And they kept going to the record company going look, we want to tour, we want to do this and that. They're like, give you a van, then you can drive yourself.
That's so rude.
What the hell? What about headlines? What about, headlining shows? What about opening for a band? And nah, we're not going to pay for it.
Of course not.
And so, because they were never in breach of contract, Sev just literally never went anywhere. And they eventually broke up. It was just one of those really sad things because they were good. They had in the music video the song off with the Gregorian chant. That's the whole music video was them staying inside a big French monastery.
Yeah. Kengfist says Halo was my game. Hell yeah, man! I grew up with Halo. I am currently playing Halo Infinite, at least the campaign. No, not the campaign. Sorry, I've been playing the multiplayer. Haven't gotten into the campaign yet. But yeah, no, Halo is my jam for sure. And Destiny now has kind of usurped that. But Jobster says, well, I'm not into Halo, but I am weak for anything with big Catholic aesthetics. Yeah. Have you watched Evangelion? Gregorian chanting falls into that. That it does. Sort of effectively got its start. Okay. I think if we angle it like so. Now this is going to be the tricky part, right? Trying to mount the disc, because the disc will hold in place as it is right now. But trying to get him in the right position. Actually, you know what? I should probably put him in the correct position. And then glue the disc to the base appropriately. I think that's what we're going to have to do. I mean, the artist for Evangelion just yeeted Christian iconography. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They had no idea what any of it meant. They were just completely lost with it, but they thought it looked cool, so they put it in there. And I got nothing against that. Okay, I'm gonna scrape a little bit of paint here. Just so I'm making contact with the plastic. So this was a Zangor Shaman disc that I had lying around, and I am not using Zangors because I actually don't want to really do any daemons other than Daemon Engine. Or Daemon Engines, right? Yeah. In this army, I really do want it to be focused on the Thousand Suns and the rubrics.
Thousand Suns can't take any demons, as far as I know. Unless
well, you know, you can. Well, I mean, Zangors are kind of demons. I know they're mutated humans, but I treat them as demons. Yeah. I consider them in the same vein. Zangors are whack, yeah, they are, and they've done nothing to make them worth taking ever.
Okay, so I do have a question though.
Okay.
We pronounce it demon, D-E-mon. But it's spelled for us in the U.S. D-E-M-O-N. For British English, it's D-A-E-O-N.
Yeah.
England, what is it pronounced? Is it pronounced demon or more like Damon?
Can you not take horror? I thought you could take any Tzeentch demon with Thousand Suns.
No, I know that they're archaic spelling, but how do you pronounce it? Demon or Damon?
I pronounce Damon. Specifically when talking about 40k.
They still pronounce demon, okay. Yeah, because whenever even all the books are, spell it Daemon. Though here we spell it demon. So there's a lot of people here in the U.S. who are pronouncing it Damon. Didn't know if it was still actually pronounced that way in England.
I mean, I still say Damon just because we have a ton of holdovers in our language. Yeah. Dude, English language just in general is just weird.
It's just sort of like the culmination of going, we're going to take a little bit from this language, a little bit from this language, a lot from this one, a bit from this one.
Well, that's just being in the spirit of imperialism, though.
Pretty much.
We're imperialists. Our language might as well be, too. It's always pronounced demon, just spelled Damon. Yeah.
Our measurement system, what is it called?
Anything other than the metric at this point.
I mean, technically it's called imperial.
Those two things are so far apart, they're probably about 552 toilets apart. We're American. We have to measure in things that are not correct. Yeah. Not quite. These people invaded us, and now we use French, already in some places. For example, center. Yeah. So it's still center, but, different spelling.
Theater.
It's all that good old colloquialisms. Okay. So I think what I want to do, because I have to look at how this is going to sit on here.
But yeah, back to what I was saying about Horus Heresy. Supposedly, it's being ported over to W from Forge World. Supposedly, a lot of the employees have already transitioned. Rules will stay 7th edition, but like detachments will be more in line with 8th.
Yeah.
9th. It'll be easier to play.
Oh, job sure, that's funny. Football fields per moon landing.
Military campaigns per corporate bailout. Yep.
Oof. Oof, we're getting a little real on that one, huh?
Out of line, but you're not wrong.
I don't even think he's out of line.
I just not even out of line. Okay, so that thing looks awesome.
I'm pretty excited about this. I'm literally about to put on some of the finishing touches, and I think that this model or this project is done.
Just okay. Oh, yeah, Jobster says oil fields per Xbox controller. The problem is that's actually a good one because plastic does come from petroleum. So all these miniatures do come from oil.
It's like a well-oiled machine.
Kingfish said, "I would say one, but it's too oof." Now we're curious.
Yeah, no, Kegfist. It's impolite to kiss and tell, but I'm kind of curious. How oof are we talking? Is it something that could potentially be? Oh. Oh, now you're really out of line. Oof. Yeah, it's impolite to kiss and tell.
You can't say too soon because it's
not. It's always too soon.
It's always ongoing. So.
Oh man, God, Kegfist hitting it hard today. Oof.
Hitting hard, but with the truth.
He's not wrong. He's just not wrong, and that's so sad that he's not wrong.
Ah. The weirdest part for me is when I was younger, a friend of mine, he unfortunately passed away from a accidental gunshot wound.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
That's right. And my mom, she said to me, she goes, I don't get it. She's like, when I was your age, never had stuff like that. We never had friends die. Never had those kinds of things happening. And in the years since my mom passed, it's gotten nothing but worse. It's just accepted. It's there.
Yeah.
Stimulus payment for AR-15.
Oof.
That's another one we can actually use. Like, we'll use their stimulus money on weapons.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I am a firearm owner. I own several firearms, but my dad taught me when I was growing up, firearm safety is one of the biggest things that you could ever possibly master. And it's so simple. It's so easy.
Absolutely.
You keep things unloaded, you keep things safe, and you keep things locked away. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, even though I'm a firearm owner, I still support the idea of doing stricter background checks, longer waiting periods, and hell, I have even, talked about a licensing program. You have to get licensed to drive a car. A car is not intended to hurt anybody, but it does every single year, multiple times every single day. A firearm is meant to cause harm or destruction. It's meant to do it. You should absolutely have to go through a licensing course to be able to own firearms. And there could be different types of licenses for different types of things. Like, let's say you're an instructor, or you're a historian and you have access to old fully automatic firearms or something like that. Like, that's one thing. But if I need a license to watch terrestrial TV, the US can cope with gun licensing. Yeah. Yep.
The biggest issue is the way it's worded in the Constitution.
Yeah.
Basically, the wording of it is actually, in order to maintain a well-regulated militia, the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. The problem is, in order to uphold the second part, you have to uphold the first part. Vice versa. We have a standing army. We have a volunteer army. We also have state guards. We have a police force. There's literally no reason for militia.
Nope.
And when it says maintain a well-regulated militia, it means that it is regulated by the government, not your personal little militia.
Yeah.
Therefore, right to bear arms shall not be infringed when there's a need for militias. If there's not a need, there's no reason to have a need for a firearm. It's the technical behind it.
There's still hunters and whatnot who should absolutely be able to access. People who do hunt for their food and what have you. But I don't know. Like, that's me. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to get into like a huge discussion about it, because that is a political thing, and that can go off the rails very quickly. But that's how I feel about it, and that'll probably be the end of that. All right. Now I have.
Let's discuss the First Amendment.
Yeah. I've almost done with this, I think there's only one more thing I need to do. I could be wrong, because what's going to happen is I'm going to finish it, we're going to wrap up stream and everything, where I'm going to sit down, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to go to relax, and I'm going to be like, shit, I missed that one part. That's exactly how it's going to go.
You always do it, so...
I know, I always do it. But, as far as I know, this should be the last part of this. And then we're going to take a look at Discord, and we're going to do a raid. So if you guys haven't uploaded your work in progress photos or your finished projects yet, now is the time to do it.
My Lord of the Rings in there.
Lay in bed, on the verge of sleep, eyes open, sit up, bolt right. Did I paint that 1 minute detail? Or that one minute detail? I was trying not to forget. Every time. Every time. So even if I don't wind up actually taking an Infernal Master in my list, I'm still going to use this as my Exalted or my Sorcerer on a disc, even though I still have, you know, 3 more to actually build. But I just think that this looks really cool. I think that this turned out exactly the way I wanted it to, and I'm pretty happy with this. Make sure I got the whole base done. Alright guys, well, I think that this is gonna about do it for the Thousand Suns Infernal Master kit bashed onto a disc. And there we go, we have a finished project. What do you think?
Good.
I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with this. I'm gonna get some good pictures of this in the photo box later, get those posted, but yeah, this is where I wanted it to be. All right, well, let's go ahead, guys, and let's go take a look at the Discord, see what we have going on there. Because we do have a few things to show off in the workbench. All right. So, here, starting off, as we always do, in our workbench, showing off the things that you guys are currently working on in progress. We have Ace Gunpla working on what looks like to be some little orcs here. What, Sim, what are these things?
Where is it? Those would be Games Workshop miniatures. No, I'm just kidding.
Very specific.
Don't know what they are.
That might be a D&D mini, just put on a GW base. Thanks, Jobshire. I appreciate it. I'm really excited to get some good photos of it.
Yeah, those look like metal miniatures.
Yeah.
D&D, or not Warhammer.
Oh yeah, no, D&D. I'm liking them though. Ace, you're always working on some cool stuff. Like, you're always on point with that. That disc is putting in the work to move that chonky boy. Yeah, it is. It's a heckin' good disc, though. Oh, man, I'm loving this beard texture, Ace. And your wood, too, on here. Also phrasing. This is looking so good. You got the depth in the skin tones, too. And great work as always, my guy. You got the edge highlighting on the cloak too. The beard is only getting better, Ace. It's great. Yeah, it is. It really is. Yo, look at this tiny dwarf. I don't know how you have the patience to do like that kind of precise edge highlighting on every little thing that you have here. Like, all the more power to you. But that's patience. Oh, and the cape? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Working more on this dragon dude. Is this like a little furnace or something he has on his back? Yo, the pelt does. It looks so good. I love the red you used for the skin tone here, too.
It does kind of look like a little stove.
Kobold boy. Yeah. Alright, here's more of that goblin. Or zombie goblin. That's what it looks like. Your rust effects are really good. Your gore, always good. Doing great work, Ace. Jobshire working on a presently headless Sphinx. What is that model for?
Cry.
What?
Cry. I think you can use it in AOS too, but I'm not 100% sure. No, it was one of those funny things where they, when you had Warcry, you had all the different factions and
Slaves to
everything.
Darkness, Warcry. Yeah.
And people were saying, you know, it'd be really cool if we could fight one big monster. And me and some friends actually came up with rules for it.
Yeah.
And a couple months later, they came out with this.
Well, that's pretty dope.
So pretty much a Monsters expansion to Warcry.
Yeah. It's looking good, man. Well, you got Jobshire also putting together one of the... This is from that one Kill Team expansion with the Rogue Trader.
But from Blackstone.
Or, oh, this is from Blackstone?
No, that's the Navigator.
Oh, I thought this was from... Man, wait a minute, I'm screwing up all my sets.
Close.
And then we got you working on your Lord of the Rings. Bro, these are looking good. I love the scale armor that you have down here. These are looking really good, man.
Like I said, I think I'm going to go back and, highlight up their armor.
Yeah. Well, I'm loving the red here, too. You got good highlights on the red.
I still need to go back and add in, even more highlights, but...
Yeah. Aren't these guys, like, smaller than Imperial Guardsmen?
Slightly.
Slightly, yeah.
Your actual true 28mm, whereas 40K and AOS are 28mm heroic or 32mm heroic.
Right.
They're just a little bit taller.
So I'm looking at these shields here. I love this. What's your method to achieve this?
Or
for the shield?
the one that's
the one on the horse.
Okay, so painted the whole thing brown.
Mm-hmm.
Wash. I just did gold retributor for top of that. I think I did the wash. I think I did Agrax over the whole thing.
Okay.
I just kind of touched up with retributor again.
It really tied it all together. Like, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. All right.
The horse icon is just contrasted and basic.
Yeah. It looks like we don't have anything new in the finished projects here. But I did want to show this again. I wanted to touch on this. So Kankfist, one of our other regulars here, is doing some digital artwork, and this is looking so cool. And didn't you say that you wanted to actually try to do bioluminescent Tyranids? Like as an actual model? Because I'm loving these colors right here. I think that this could work really well for you. But yeah, guys, I think that is everything that we have for today for you. We covered all the news, went over everything that we needed to. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see who is available for a raid here. It is cool. Let's go over to Twitch.
He is currently streaming.
Who?
E.
Oh, is he?
He's working on it. I just see that
Man, he was coming in here and he was hanging out with us yesterday. Let's go ahead and go raid Matt. Alright, guys. So, as I'm getting this set up here, just as a small reminder, we do have our stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's going to be Magic the Gathering. We're going to be scrapping, playing 4-player Commander. Should be a fun time. Come hang out. Come throw cards with us. And we will be streaming Tuesday next week at 12:30. We're going to be working on a new Thousand Suns model, a new Scarab Occult Terminator, because that's what was voted for today. And I still need to go and get McNaughtykins the details for commissions. But I think that's everything, guys. I appreciate you guys all hanging out today. Today's stream was awesome. Had a blast. I hope you guys did too. And we will see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.
Atlanta.